the good times roll, are you ready for Kernels baseball? The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, and the classic affiliate of the Anaheim Angels welcome you to Cedar Rapids Kernels baseball. Now in his ninth season as the voice of the Kernels, here's John Rogers.
We welcome you to the final week of the season's first half, and it's anybody's guess as to who's going to take the two top slots in the Western Division first half race. The Kernels hope they'll be there in the end. Starting a four-game series here in Cereal City, USA, the world headquarters of Kellogg Company. The Kernels have played very well recently, winning 3 of 4 against Beloit, winning 9 of their last 12, and sitting atop the Western Division first half standings, tied with Kane County, Peoria 1 game back. 7 games remain in the season's first half before the All-Star game in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium this next Tuesday, the 22nd. Wayne Hedden has sparkled out of the Kernel bullpen. His last 2 appearances have been terrific, and Wayne's standing by to join us next on the dugout interview from C.O. Brown Stadium. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Quiznos Kernels Kids Club members. Did you know that your Quiznos Kernels Kids Club membership card is good for more than just great deals at the ballpark? That's right. By showing your Quiznos Kernels Kids Club membership card at any of the Cedar Rapids Quiznos, you'll receive a free small drink when you buy a Quiznos sub. That's a free small drink with the purchase of a Quiznos sub when you show your Quiznos Kernels Kids Club card.
Quiznos, toasty.
Quiznos Kernels Kids Club members. Did you know that your Quiznos Kernels Kids Club membership card is good for more than just great deals at the ballpark? That's right. By showing your Quiznos Kernels Kids Club membership card at any of the Cedar Rapids Quiznos, you'll receive a free small drink when you buy a Quiznos sub. That's a free small drink with the purchase of a Quiznos sub when you show your Quiznos Kernels Kids Club card.
Quiznos, toasty.
Dick Ramsey is the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company, Skogman Realty. That means when you're marketing your home for sale or searching for the ideal home to buy, Dick Ramsey's home team will get you the results you deserve. Dick Ramsey's home team has the best deal going. Buy one of their homes, and Ramsey will buy yours. That's the winning edge Dick Ramsey's home team will deliver to you. Dick Ramsey, the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company, Skogman Realty.
Start a 4-game series tied atop the Western Division first half standings with the Kane County Cougars. 1 game up on the Peoria Chiefs with 7 remaining, all on the road. Wayne Hedden, Kernel relief pitcher, has sparkled his last 2 times out of the Kernel bullpen, and Wayne's with us here from C.O. Brown Stadium. And Wayne, the first thing I wanted to do is ask if you could describe to our listeners our itinerary coming over here to Michigan, what time we left, how the motor coach drive went, and then what time we got in here. I think they'd find that pretty interesting.
Well, we left about 2 o'clock in the morning, packed up the bus at 1:30. We drove about 6 or 7 hours, and it was a pretty good drive. The driver did a good job. Got into the hotel this morning and went right back to sleep.
That's about how it went, didn't it?
Went to sleep right away. I slept on the bus all the way down. Still tired, went back to sleep when we got in the room. Me and my roommate, Samard.
Now, did you guys eat right when we got here at 9:30 local time this morning, or did you guys hit the hay and then get something to eat before we came over here this afternoon?
Well, me and Michael Samard went right back to sleep, and then we woke up about 2 o'clock to eat at McDonald's.
Wayne Hedden with us on the dugout interview. And Wayne, you're from Florida, and that is a baseball hotbed. You're from the Tampa area. Could you describe what you did when you were growing up? You're a pitcher now, but Tampa has so many opportunities for kids to play baseball. Could you give us an idea of your background?
Well, I played since I was 5 years old in youth baseball, and there's like a lot of people around Tampa in the major leagues to look up to, so we really looked up to a lot of guys and dreamed that we could get there someday, so you work hard and you got there.
Who were some of those guys, if you can remember?
Like Wade Boggs, Tino Martinez, Dwight Gooden, Gary Sheffield, those kinds of guys.
Those are 4 great ones. Do any of those guys come back to the community?
Well, I know Wade Boggs and Dwight Gooden both live around the new Tampa area, and Wade Boggs' son goes to the high school I graduated from, and I know they're all pretty active in the community.
What's Wade's son doing now, do you know?
He's playing outfield for Wharton High School.
Oh, he's still in high school?
Yeah, he's junior, I think.
Can he hit like his dad?
I don't think anybody really can.
I'd agree with that. Wayne Hedden, the Tampa area also recently has had the phenomenon of John Gruden and his Super Bowl champion Bucks, and then just recently, last week, the NHL hockey Tampa Bay Lightning. What sort of reaction did those 2 championships garner in the community? Was there more excitement for the Bucks or more for the Lightning?
Well, you really can't compare. They both were very exciting. I was home for the Super Bowl, so I was really excited through that season when they won the championship. I wasn't home for the Lightning, but I really wish I was. My parents, my friends, my family, they all told me it was an awesome experience for us to win the championship in the NHL, too.
Now, your roommate's Michel Samar. I don't think he was a Lightning fan in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, he got a little mad because we beat the Montreal Canadiens in the first series, and then we beat the Calgary Flames because he's from Canada, and he wasn't too happy about that.
Wayne, speaking of Canada, Eric Gagne won the Cy Young Award last year with his phenomenal 55 saves out of 55 attempts. He wears glasses on the mound. I didn't realize that you do the same thing. Is that to intimidate the hitters, or is that to make sure that you can see the catcher's targets?
I wear them because I really can't see the signals that well because I can't see too far, so that's why I wear them. And I don't know why he wears them, but he's very intimidating either way.
Wayne Hedden's with us from C.O. Brown Stadium, and Wayne, we just walked in here, and this is a classic ballpark in the sense of the grandstand and the big center field wall. And when you guys come into a new stadium as pitchers, are you eager to get out to the bullpen to check out those surroundings, or as a relief pitcher, do you also want to get on the actual diamond and see what that mound, what the condition of it is?
Well, a lot of the mounds are about the same, so we pretty much know what we're coming into because it's the minor leagues. A lot of them are professionally done, so we know there are going to be good mounds. We like to see that we have a bullpen down in the outfield, so that's pretty nice. You know, we get to sit away from the team and get to do our own thing out there and have our own fun out there.
Well, having fun is a part of being a good bullpen core, and our bullpen core has improved so much throughout this first half. There are different philosophies, Wayne. I see some teams in our league keep their bullpen crew in the dugout until the 5th, 6th, 7th inning. Bobby Magallanes and Eric Bennett kind of turn you guys loose. Is that because you know what to talk about in the bullpen and watch, or is it because those guys want you to establish that kind of identity together?
It's really depending on what the coach feels. Last year in Provo, Kernan Ronan had us sit in the dugout until the 2nd or 3rd inning. Then we went down to the bullpen. Here, Benny gives us our own freedom, lets us go down to the bullpen, hang out, do our thing down there. As long as we're watching the game, we have a book that we write in every game, so we know what the hitters are doing. We know how to pitch them. So we know what we're doing when we come in the game, where we're at, what part of the lineup. So it's really, we're professionals, so we're down there being professionals down there. So
we're going to take a break from C.O. Brown Stadium in Cereal City, USA, the world headquarters of Kellogg Company, Kellogg Cereal. The Kernels here to open a 4-game set against the Battle Creek Yankees. We'll finish things up with Colonel right-handed reliever Wayne Hedden when we return. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Most of us have been in a situation before in buying an automobile where what we owe is more than what our vehicle is worth. And sometimes it's thousands of dollars. There is a better way to put yourself in a better position when it comes to value, quality, and reliability. Put yourself into an industry-leading Honda automobile from Randy Kiel Honda. The Odyssey minivan boasts being #1 in safety and the #1 minivan on the market for the last 5 years. The Honda Accord leads the way in safety and has made the Car and Driver's Top 10 list more than any other car in history. The Pilot topped the SUV categories in its first year out and remains a class leader. And the CR-V continues leading in its class since its arrival in 1997. The subcompact Element is so functional and practical, they're selling as fast as they arrive. So doesn't it make sense to get the best value in the market at Randy Kiel Honda? Great folks to deal with, too. And number one when it comes to getting you the best price. The home of confidence is Randy Keel Honda, Centerpoint Road, or on the web at randykeel.com.
Wayne, let's go back to Tampa, your home area, for a moment. Tampa is Yankee country, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of Yankees fans come down from New York because a lot of people migrate down to Tampa to retire there. And we got the Tampa Yankees, the minor league team, and where the Yankees play spring training. So it's a pretty big pretty big Yankee town.
Is their minor league ballpark, Wayne, really kind of modeled into a miniature Yankee stadium?
Yes, it's basically exactly the same except for the outfield. They don't have the monuments in left field, and they don't have the stands in right field. But basically the field's the same size and everything else.
A short porch in right field and a lot of room in deep left center, Death Valley.
Yes, that's right.
Wayne, I know that you've come a long way in terms of your ability to pitch healthy. I couldn't believe it when you told me all the things you've gone through. Could you tell our listeners the things you've had to go through to get to this point in your career?
Well, when I came up this year into Mesa spring training, I came in with a small tear in my meniscus on my right knee. I came in with a strained elbow, tendonitis in the shoulder, and a bulging disc in my back that just put me on the shelf for about a month. And then when I finally started throwing, spring training was over, I was in extended, and when I finally got healthy, they sent me out here. So it's been a long road this year so far already.
What did you learn from all that?
Got to stay healthy and do what you got to do every day. Work out hard, train right, and freak accidents happen, but you just got to battle through them.
Of all those injuries you mentioned, which one is in the best shape right now? Your back, your knee, your shoulder, or your elbow? Which one feels the best?
Well, they all feel pretty good, but at times they all tend to tighten up or get sore. But who knows? I mean, at the end of the season, I might have surgery on my knee. I don't know yet. It's only a small surgery. He'll be back out for 2 weeks, and that's it. So I'm not really worried about it. But that'll be in the off season. But right now, I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling pretty healthy, feeling strong.
Well, that's great, Wayne. Finally, I want you to give a chance to say hello to some nice folks. You told me your very first week here how much some of your relatives enjoy listening into our games on the internet to hear how you're progressing. And who are they?
Well, I know my dad and my grandma listen every single day to the radio. They tape every outing I pitch in. So they have all them. They're collecting them for me when I get home. I know my sister and her husband, Chad. They definitely listen all the time. My Uncle Pierre's listening. So, and a lot of my family and friends are probably listening too on the radio. So it's really exciting to call home and they're like, yeah, I heard how good you did, or yeah, you didn't do so good, so you'll get it next time. So it's good to know that they listen and they're following on me. My high school coach, he's following really close on me, so that's good. He called me the other week when I was having a bad week.
Well, Wayne, we all have ups and downs, believe me, and we are behind you 100%. You've really pitched well your last couple of times out. You look comfortable. You look like you found your rhythm, and I'm glad you have that support system because, believe me, we all need it in our lives, whether we're on cloud nine or in the depths of a little bit of a slump. But keep up the great work, Wayne, and thank you so much for being our dugout interview guest to kick off this final road trip of the first half.
No problem, and I thank you for calling me up here. I had fun. I'm having fun this season, and I hope we continue to win.
Wayne, thank you so much. When we get back home for the All-Star break, treat yourself to a meal at any of our Zio Giano's Italian spaghetti houses. Wayne, perfect pasta, homemade bread, just terrific Italian food at any of our Zio Giano's. Once again, Wayne Hedden, thanks so much.
Thank you.
That's Wayne Hedden, Colonel relief pitcher. Up next, starting lineups, Game 1, Kernels and Battle Creek Yankees. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Toyota Financial Services of Cedar Rapids understands the importance of reading in the lives of our community's children. That's why they're proud to fund the 6th annual Toyota Financial Services Kernel Summer Reading Program. The generous support of Toyota Financial Services will result in Kernels players conducting a record 32 elementary school assemblies this spring to encourage girls and boys to read throughout the summer. Their reading accomplishments will be recognized by Toyota Financial Services with fabulous rewards. Toyota Financial Services, a true hero to the Kernels and the youth of our community.
Who's that cool cooking man? King of the grill, who's your patio?
Your patio, daddy-o.
Charbroiled, cutlet flipping man with the buns, who's your patio?
Your patio, daddy-o.
Econo Foods is the place to save on Clements Fine products this week. Shop Econo Foods for hot pricing on Clements.
It's a beautiful, sunny 76 degrees in Battle Creek, Michigan, where the Kernels begin a two-city road trip to wind up the first half of the season, hopefully qualifying for the Midwest League playoffs by virtue of a first-half title or second-place finish. Good evening, Kernel fans in Eastern Iowa and listening on the Internet from coast to coast. I'm your play-by-play host, John Rogers, and we're set to bring you baseball here from Cereal City, USA. C.O. Brown Stadium, a classic ballpark that reminds a lot of folks about a little bit of the old Detroit Tiger Stadium with their steel girder support of a grandstand roof. We're facing a Battle Creek Yankee team that's coming off an 11-3 basting of the Dayton Dragons here yesterday, and a very good team at home. 18-12 are the Battle Creek Yankees at home. They've struggled away from C.O. Brown Stadium, 11-21. Battle Creek's in third place in the Eastern Division first half standings. Their skipper is Bill Masiello. The starting lineup for the Yankee farmhands here in Michigan: Bryce Cartler, a left-handed hitter, will lead off in left field. Batting second, the shortstop is Hector Made. Hector Made is at short, batting second. Hitting third for the Yankees at third base, Eric Duncan. Matt Carson has ripped the cover off the ball since rejoining Battle Creek. He was with them last year. He was struggling in Tampa, and he's been sent here, and he's hitting .377 in 18 games. Carson in right field, bats cleanup. In center field, batting fifth, a switch hitter, Harold Andrus. Andrus batting fifth in center for Battle Creek. Willie Vasquez, another switch hitter, will hit sixth. He's at first base. The designated hitter is Este Harris. Este Harris, the DH, bats seventh. Hitting eighth for the Battle Creek Ball Club, behind the plate, Omir Santos. And at second base, Enrique Cruz, batting ninth. He's the son of former Houston great Jose Cruz. On the hill is Elvis Quesada. Quesada, 1-4 with a 5.26 ERA, pitched a no-hitter for his only win of the year in South Bend back on May 24th. Elvis Quesada, a 22-year-old right-hander from Seton Hall, a Yankee 15th-round pick last year, on the hill for Battle Creek. Allen Motor Company is proud to present the Allen Motor Company Kernels starting lineup. As part of Allen's 101st year birthday bash, they're having their Kia grand opening sale. Your first year's maintenance is on Allen's, plus make no payments till September when you buy a new Kia at Allen's campus. Every Kia Sedona at Allen's is under $20,000. In fact, a 2004 Kia Sedona is as low as $16,995, a grand opening sale price during Allen's 101st year birthday bash. Allen's is also featuring 2004 Kia Sorrentos. They're priced at just $20,999. A 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty program on those new Kias at Allen Motor Company. Before we give the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, let's pause to honor America with the playing of the national anthem. Well, as you can hear, this is a trumpet player of the Hooray for the Red, White, and Blues. So let's give you the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. In center field, leading off Quan Cosby. Matt Pauley, an all-star, will be in left field and bat second. Hitting third at first base, Bobby Wilson. The shortstop is the cleanup man, Brandon Wood. Matt Brown at third base will bat fifth. Hitting sixth in right field, Blake Balcom. Tommy Duenas has been on a hitting tear recently. He's catching and batting seventh. Batting eighth, Caleb Mayer, the DH. And at second base, batting ninth, Sean Rodriguez. On the hill, making his first start of the year out of the Kernel bullpen, substituting for the injured Kevin Jepson. Kevin has blisters on his fingers, is Jesse Smith. Now from C.O. Brown Stadium, the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. women's choral group from Battle Creek with the national anthem. We've set the Allen Motor Company Kernels starting lineup for you. Anderson and Brown Eye Care is now proud to set the Anderson and Brown Eye Care umpiring duo. Nick Monaco will call the balls and strikes, and his partner on the bases, Jesse Redwine. Anderson and Brown Eye Care reminds you that this umpiring duel has to focus on the goal of getting the calls right. That ability to focus is an absolute necessity. Anderson and Brown Eye Care can help make sure your eyes focus properly for the everyday calls you have to make. The Anderson and Brown Eye Care umpiring crew, Nick Monaco behind the plate, Jesse Redwine on the diamond. The Yankees have taken the field. The last week of the first half of the season is a pivotal one to see who will qualify for the Midwest League postseason playoffs. I'm John Rogers. We'll have this evening's action for you in just a moment. This is Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
None of us can do anything about a bad day, but we can make certain nothing happens to all of our tomorrows. Take everything out of the hands of chance with a well-planned insurance program tailored specifically to your needs. Phil Andrews, your local Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, is an expert in insurance matters. Phil Andrews will develop the right insurance plan for your home, car, business, and life. Depend on Phil Andrews, your hometown professional with Pekin Insurance.
It's amazing how much things can change in a day, or how much they can change in one night. Get ready to try Day Fresh beer from Budweiser. It's beer bottled less than 24 hours ago, and our Day Fresh beer crew is bringing it to bars and nightclubs in select cities everywhere. So look for them, and your chance to try beer that's so fresh, it's making every other beer seem so, well, yesterday. Day Fresh beer from Budweiser, because fresh beer tastes better. Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Great to have you with us to start this 7-game road trip that will culminate in the first half season's finale Sunday afternoon in Peoria. It's 76 degrees here at C.O. Brown Stadium. They're celebrating their 10th year of professional baseball here in Battle Creek. Things haven't worked out like they hoped they would in terms of big attendance and interest, but we've have a good turnout here tonight on a Monday evening with the sun shining brightly. And Quan Cosby's ready to go. The game's first pitch is low and away from Elvis Quesada. Quezada, 22 years old. He's making his 9th start of the year. His only win was a no-hitter at May 24th in South Bend. He's a tall right-hander, and he delivers a strike called to Quan. Cosby, a switch hitter, steps out. He's starting tonight's action, hitting .246. 2 home runs, 19 RBIs. They list Quesada at 6'1", 210. He looks a lot taller and a lot heavier. He whistles a fastball by Quan, strike 2 swinging. Quan didn't play yesterday. He was 1 for 7 in our series at home against the Beloit Snappers. Quan Cosby, an Angel 6th-round pick in 2001, out of Mart, Texas, down near Waco. He's behind in the count 1-2. And he slaps one, a worm burner, rolled to short. Enrique Cruz flips in time to get Quan Cosby. Quan is gone on a roller to second. The Battle Creek Yankees have the mystique of wearing the Yankee uniform. White uniforms with pinstripes. The only difference between their uniforms and their big league brethren is it says BC on the left front chest instead of NY. Matt Pauley at the plate. The Kernels are in their red knit batting practice tops with gray trousers, white numbers. Strike 1 called to Matt. A fastball at the letters. Pauley hitting .292. 4 homers, 27 RBIs. Matt had 5 hits in 15 at-bats against Beloit. Nothing for 4 with a walk in our loss yesterday. A changeup is outside to Matt Pauley. We're just underway in Battle Creek. The sun is shining brightly. Temperature 76 degrees. Wonderful night for baseball after a big storm here about 2:30. And Uncle Charlie says hi to Matt, and it's 2-1. The Kernel team batting average is an impressive .270, second highest in the league. And the Kernels are second in the league in homers, 5th in stolen bases. we haven't been running quite as much in the last week and a half or two, even though we've won 9 of our last 11 games. A pitch drifts outside from Elvis Quesada. It's 3-1 to Matt Pauley. Quesada misses low, and Matt Pauley has drawn a one-out walk here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring in Bobby Wilson, one of the Colonel's most consistent hitters. Bobby hitting at 302. Nothing for 4 yesterday at home. Drew a leadoff walk in the 4th inning. Bobby Wilson had 6 hits in 17 at-bats against the Beloit Snappers. Right-handed hitter from Florida. Played high school baseball with Casey Kochman, who was just returned to AAA. Bobby swings at a pitch up and in and misses strike 1. Yes, Casey Kochman was returned to the Salt Lake City team as Darren Erstad came off the DL. Hard to believe the Angels are so deep that they can send Casey back for some more seasoning. They called up Rob Quinlan. Rob, a former Big Ten Player of the Year at the University of Minnesota. Outfield straight away for Bobby Wilson. With the sun shining brightly, Bobby powders one foul in the air over the first base Yankee dugout. C.O. Brown Stadium is in a park. It's in Bailey Park. Bailey Park was dedicated back in 1936, named after the former mayor of Battle Creek, John W. Bailey. And it's an athletic complex, 6 baseball diamonds, 4 softball fields, 4 tennis courts, archery ranges, shuffleboard. It's a wonderful setting for baseball in a park inside a park. Bobby hits a double play ball to short, and the throw to second is in time for a force out of Matt Pauley. That's all Battle Creek gets. Hector Made, M-A-D-E, Made, flipped to the second baseman Enrique Cruz. It went 6-4 short to second. Bobby Wilson didn't stroke it hard enough on the ground for a double play. He's at first with 2 gone as Matt Pauley was forced at second. Brandon Wood stands in, hitting .284. 8 home runs, 38 RBIs for the Anaheim Angel first-round pick. Last June, Brandon Wood, just 19 years old. Hard to believe that, how well Brandon has played. A breaking pitch is low and in, ball 1 to Brandon. The Colonel record, 38-24. We're tied atop the Western Division first-half standings with Kane County. They're playing at Oldsmobile Park, less than an hour from here in the state capital of Lansing. A shot into right field, and it's going to be drifting out and caught by Matt Carson. Good wood put on it by Brandon Wood, but he lines out to right to end the Colonel first half inning. No runs for the Colonels, no hits, a walk. There weren't no Battle Creek errors. The Colonels strand a runner aboard. We're underway on a 7-game road trip that will end the first half of the season. After 1 half inning, Colonels nothing, Battle Creek coming to bat. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
When we met at Spaghetti, we would never forget the Ojanos. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini. Or try their delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. The Ojanos is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember the Ojanos with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
What's wrong with you, Bugsy? You look like you lost the roof over your head.
That's exactly what happened, Dollface. You see, we got another family trying to move into our territory. The termite family. They already ate my weekend hideaway, and they gotta be stopped before they take over the whole town.
Oh, Bugsy, they're so tough and mean. Don't go getting yourself hurt or nothing.
Don't you worry your pretty little head, Toots. I'll get someone else to do my dirty work. Someone I can trust to put the termite family out of business. Certified Pest and Termite Control. With Certified Pest and Termite Control, I know the termite family will be wearing cement shoes and sleeping with the fishes.
You can trust the experienced, fully licensed staff at Certified Pest and Termite Control. Certified offers guaranteed inspections and a 10% discount for seniors. For pest control service and supplies, look for the Giant Ant at 1141 16th Avenue Southwest in Cedar Rapids.
Colonel right-hander Jesse Smith in a fun role. He's making his first start of the year. Kevin Jepson with a complete game, one-hit shutout of South Bend in his last start Tuesday night. And Kevin developed blisters on two of his fingers, his index and middle finger of his pitching hand. And Jesse Smith, a sixth-round pick of the Angels last year out of Illinois Valley Community College, 23 years old, making his first start. Jesse's record, 0-2, 17 relief appearances, 6.47 ERA. Bryce Cartler, a left-handed hitter out of Arizona State, is first up, batting .231. Cartler looks at a strike, a fastball at the knees. We'll tell you more about this beautiful setting for baseball in Battle Creek as we go along here in the early innings. 4 rows of red box seats and then a walkway. Cartler, the left-handed batter, sprays one high in the air foul off to the left. Strike 2. Bryce from Arizona State was a Yankee 11th round pick last year. In 42 games with the Staten Island Yankees, he hit .291. Hitting .231 this season. He steps out. He wears his Yankee dark blue, some would call them black socks up high, his white trousers just below his kneecaps. Cartler bats with a erect stance and checks his swing on a fastball high and away from Jesse Smith. Colonel outfield has Matt Pauley in left, Quan Cosby in center, and Blake Balcom in right. The infield, All-Star Matt Brown at third, All-Star Brandon Wood at short, Sean Rodriguez at second, and Bobby Wilson playing first. Tommy Duenas behind the plate. Jesse fires a strike on the inside corner, letter high, and Bryce Cartler can't believe the call by the plate umpire, Nick Monaco. Bryce Cartler is just stunned at that strike 3 called. He thought it was high and inside. It's strike 3 to Bryce Cartler, K-A-R-T-L-E-R, and Jesse Smith off on the right foot with a strikeout. Hector Made, a right-handed hitter, is the shortstop. Hector with an open stance. Bats from a more pronounced crouch than Cartler did. And Jesse delivers a strike called at the knees. It's 322 down the left field line here at C.O. Brown Stadium. 372 to the left center field power alley. 402 to dead center, a 18-foot high dark blue wall, Yankee blue. In center, ball 1, high and away to Hector Made. Then it's 369 in the right center field alley, 333 down the right field line. Made's ahead now as he takes high and away, ball 2. Matt Brown's in on the grass at third. The third base coach for Battle Creek is Brad Elwood. He just joined the ball club as an extra staff member. That was prompted by the shuffling of former Colonel skipper Mitch Cioni. Mitch is back in Florida. He started the season as the skipper here for the Yankees. They were shorthanded after Mitch was sent down to Florida. Strike 2 called on a Jesse Smith popping fastball. Now a curve, and that one is hit off the end of the bat, stroked foul, just beyond the Yankee first base dugout. The wall here is made of wood, and it's 8 feet high. On top of it is yellow tubing to serve as a border or a mark of where a home run is. Strike 3 called. Hector Made meets the same fate as the leadoff batter, Bryce Cartler. Jesse Smith's curveball froze the right-handed batter, and Jesse Smith, taking this start in place of Kevin Jepson, has looked terrific against the first 2 hitters, striking them both out looking. Yankee first-round pick Eric Duncan at the plate. Eric is only 19 years old. He's from New Jersey. He's a left-handed batter, and he's putting together a fine second year of pro ball. He swings at a high fastball and misses, strike 1. Eric Duncan hitting .283, 10 home runs, and 44 runs driven in. He's among the top 5 in the league with those 44 runs driven in. A slider just low and in, and it's ball 1 to the left-handed hitter, Eric Duncan. 6'3", 195. Batting with the bases empty. 2 gone in the Battle Creek first inning, no score. Bright sunshine, 76 degrees. A chopper to first. Bobby Wilson snags it, makes the play himself for the final out of the first inning. Jesse Smith is golden in the bottom of the first inning, striking out 2 looking and getting Eric Duncan to bounce to first. And Jesse Smith retires the side in order, making his first start of the season in place of Kevin Jepson. The Kernels come to bat in the second inning, and it's 0-0 here in Battle Creek. This is Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Benjamin Franklin once said,
"Glass, china, and reputation are easily cracked, but never well mended."
At Benjamin Franklin, the Punctual Plumber, we believe you deserve respect for favoring us with your business. We'll never forget that. That's why we do our best to give you service so special you'll want to tell your friends about it. We believe that honesty is the best policy. Benjamin Franklin said so.
You know it.
Our plumber will arrive at your house fully uniformed. You never have to wonder or fear who's at your door, because only the few, the best, and the talented can wear the Benjamin Franklin uniform. Our simple pricing system takes the panic out of calling a plumber. We give you the options first, and you grant approval before we do the work. There are never any surprises.
Splendid.
When we say we'll be there, or we'll give you a Benjamin Franklin, a $100 bill.
Benjamin Franklin, the Punctual Plumber.
Airport National 27-hole Public Golf Course invites you to join our golf family all year with these great specials. 2-for-1 green fees with cart, 2-for-1 range ball, 2-for-1 mini golf. Listen to this unbelievable new special. Only $25 per person for unlimited golf with cart all day long on weekdays, and only $27 per person for unlimited golf including cart on weekends. Play unlimited twilight golf till dark with free riding cart for only $16 per person. Enjoy fast, friendly, and fun family golf at Cedar Rapids Airport National.
Matt Brown is first up for the Kernels, the All-Star, the team leader in homers with 14, RBIs with 47, and a changeup drops in from Elvis Quesada, making his 9th start of the year, an ERA of 5.26. He pitched around a one-out walk in the top of the Kernel first inning. Brownie hitting at 256. And he golfs one foul into the third base box seats beyond the Kernel third base dugout. There are picnic areas down the left field line here. The Kernel bullpen is angled towards the diamond. They built a V jut-out configuration down the left field line when this ball club was an affiliate of the Boston Red Sox to model what the Red Sox farmhands would face when they made it up to Boston. A swing and a miss by Matt Brown. He's gone on 3 pitches. A high fastball did Matt in. First strikeout of the evening for Quesada. 1 gone on the Kernel second. And that brings up Blake Balcom, the right fielder. Blake, a 2-run triple yesterday, cut Beloit's lead in half in the 8th inning to 8-4. The Snappers won it 9-4. Balcom had 5 hits and 14 at-bats against the Snappers. Ball 1 is high. A fastball from the Yankee right-hander. Elvis Quesada, a no-hitter for his only win. Blake pumps one in the air to deep right. Matt Carson going way back at the wall. He can't get it. Blake Balcom is going to stop at second with a 1-out stand-up double. Wow, Blake Balcom put a charge into one. Hit it the other way. Matt Carson drifted back. Looked like he had a line on it. Went further back. And it wound up smattering into the wall at the 366 or 369 mark in right center. Went about halfway up the wall. And Blake Balcom has the first Kernel hit of this game. A 1-out double in the top of the second inning. Boy, Blake Balcom with his 14th double of the year. He was started tonight hitting .274. Tommy Duenas has been hot recently. In fact, Tommy was 5 for 9 in the 2 games or 5 for 8 in the 2 games he played against Beloit. He pumps one foul straight back. This ballpark, as I mentioned, has 4 rows of red box seats and then 20 rows of aluminum back bleachers that form a grandstand. And the grandstand is supported by what I would estimate to be 60-foot high steel girders that are a pale or baby blue color. Tommy, a right-handed hitter with his average up to 231, corks a curveball to third. Holding at second is Blake Balcom. A throw across the diamond by Eric Duncan to get Tommy Duenas. Tommy Duenas rolls out to the hot corner. 2 gone here in the Kernels' second inning. Let's see if Caleb Mayer can drive home Blake Balcom with the first run of this game. Caleb had a wonderful start to his Kernel career last year here with 5 hits in an extra inning loss. I'll never forget that game. The Kernels appeared to score the go-ahead run in the 10th or 11th inning, but one of the umpires ruled that Alberto Callaspo missed third base, scoring what should have been the go-ahead run. And then Brian Drobiak hit a home run on an 0-2 pitch with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning against Rich Thompson to send that game into extra innings. It's funny how you remember the joyous wins and the heartbreaking defeats. Ball 1 low to Caleb. He's trying to drive home Blake Balcom, who's leading away at second. Ball 2 is downstairs to the Colonel DH. Caleb has seen his average sink to 204, 4 homers, 13 RBIs. Caleb is in the throes of a slump. And I'll tell you what he is here in just a moment. I know he's due, that's for sure. He's ahead 2-0. Ball 3 high. Caleb Mayer is 1 for his last, 17 and 8. 1 for his last 25, so he's had a good at bat already, ahead 3-0. Caleb will come out of this thing, believe me. He's a tireless worker. A slider is in there for a strike from Quesada. Blake Balcom going the other way and lacing a double over the right fielder's head, Matt Carson, with 1 out here in the second. Tommy Duenas rolled out to third, and Caleb's ahead 3-1. Swing and a foul straight back. Caleb had a good rip at that one. Now the count full. Battle Creek at home is 18-12. They're 11-21 on the road. 4 games under 500, 29-33. 4.5 games back of the second-place Lansing Lugnuts in the Eastern Division first-half standings. The payoff delivery. Caleb swings and misses strike 3. Oh, terrific job by the right-hander. He was behind Caleb Mayer 3-0, came back and fanned him, and the Colonels squander a scoring chance and waste the 1-out double by Blake Balcom. No runs, 1 hit for the Colonels in the second. There were no Battle Creek errors. The Colonels strand another and have left a pair. We go to the bottom of the second. Kernels and Battle Creek scoreless. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Are you cut out for adventure? The Siedke Hoyt Jewelers Zone ESPN Radio Couchette Diamond Treasure Hunt is on. Listen for clues to unlock the location of the key phrase hidden somewhere in Cedar Rapids. We'll even give out the GPS coordinates for all you geocachers out there. Find the phrase, write it down on your official entry form, and you could win the rock that will melt your lady's heart. A Couchette cut diamond, the new shape for romance. The Couchette diamond, valued at over $5,000, is on display at Siedke Hoyt Jewelers. This week's clue, the key phrase can be found where Dean of Iowa now holds court. Log on to the Zone1600.com for this week's GPS coordinates. Official rules and entry forms at Siedke Hoyt and online at the Zone1600.com. You must be 18 years or older to enter. Take a chance at some serious bling-bling. Find the Couchette Diamond key phrase, and you could win. Sponsored by Siedke Hoyt Jewelers and the Zone ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
When it comes to life insurance, think ahead. Think about planning for your family's future with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Randy Sternod and Marion can help you determine what coverage is right for you and your family. When so much in life is beyond your control, aren't you glad life insurance isn't? For your family's future, think about life insurance from Randy Sternod and Marion. Farm Bureau Financial Services, more than you think. Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, West Des Moines, Iowa.
Matt Carson who played here in Battle Creek a year ago, struggled in the Florida State League, and he's been brought back to help the Yankees, and boy, has he been on a hitting tear. In 18 games, he's batting .377. Strike one called on the outside corner from Jesse Smith to Matt Carson, right-handed hitter, open stance. Carson was a fifth-round pick of New York in 2002. And he checks his swing and ricochets the pitch foul down the first base sign gently. 0-2 to Matt Carson. He hit .259 here last year in 119 games, 11 homers, 52 RBIs. In 18 games, Carson batting .377, 6 home runs, 24 runs driven in. He retreats to the Yankee dugout to get a new bat. Bottom of the second inning, no score at C.O. Brown Stadium. They brought baseball here in 1995. The name of the franchise was the, let me think now, Golden Kazoos. The Battle Creek Golden Kazoos, and then they were the Michigan Battle Cats. They were planning on sharing this franchise with Kalamazoo. A fastball from Jesse ruled just outside by the plate umpire, Nick Monaco. And it's 1-2 to Matt Carson. 6 home runs, 24 runs driven in just 18 games since being sent here from Tampa, Florida. A breaking pitch is high from the Colonel right-hander, 23-year-old Jesse Smith. 0-2 in 32 innings. He's given up 35 hits out of the Colonel bullpen. Jesse's struck out 34 in 32 frames. Walked 19, the league hitting .271 against the muscular-legged right-hander. Strike 3 called. A beautiful yellow hammer, and that has to make Jesse's family back in Omaha, or Lincoln, Nebraska, rather, back in Lincoln, very happy. That's the third strikeout, the third Battle Creek batter that has been caught looking so far tonight. Erold, E-R-O-L-D, Andrus, a switch hitter, the center fielder, batting left-handed. 1 gone, 4 in a row, retired by Jesse Smith, who delivers a strike at the knees. Andrus is from Venezuela. In 35 games with Battle Creek last season, he hit .286. This season, Erold hitting .254. There's strike 2. A fastball at the knees on the outside corner. Andrus has 4 homers, 27 RBIs. Jesse Smith is off to a great start here tonight, having to spell starter Kevin Jebsen. A pitch up and in, and that causes Andrus to spin out of the way. Erold, a switch hitter batting left, uses a black lacquer bat, taps the plate with that bat. He stands straight away, and he wears number 13 on his Battle Creek Yankee home uniform. He swings and misses at a pitch down and in, a good changeup, and that's the 4th strikeout for Jesse Smith in just an inning and 2/3. Andrea Murphy, our director of tickets and group outings, has become a real genuine friend of Jesse Smith, and Andrea will be coming over here with the woman who was our guest on the dugout interview yesterday, Jessica Ferguson, a former front office member here in Battle Creek. They'll be coming over tomorrow and Wednesday to help root the Kernels home to victory, hopefully, during this final stretch in the first half pennant chase. Willie Vasquez, a switch hitter, pops one foul into the third base seats. Willie hitting .264, batting left-handed as a switch hitter with 2 away here in the Battle Creek second inning. Vasquez pumps one foul into the screen, strike 2. Willie toiled in 66 games with the Yankees last year, hit .223 with 5 homers, 26 RBIs. He's a switch hitter from Venezuela. Willie Vasquez, just 20 years old. Jesse Smith's ahead of him, no balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jesse Smith in 2 innings has set down 6 straight, and he's fanned 5 of the 6 Yankee hitters he has taken on in this game. Jesse Smith fans the side in the bottom of the second inning. What a start for the Colonel 23-year-old right-hander, replacing Kevin Jebsen. Jesse Smith, he fans the side in the Battle Creek second inning. We go to the third, and it's still the Kernels and Yankees 0-0. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Step up to the plate this summer and nominate your favorite Cedar Rapids Kernel for the Rockwell Collins Fans Choice Award. Every time you catch a Kernels game, fill out a Fans Choice ballot to recognize the efforts of your favorite ball player. Then drop the ballot in the designated box at the souvenir stand. During the season's final homestand, Rockwell Collins will present the Fans Choice Trophy to the player with the most votes and make a donation to that player's favorite charity. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, partners on and off the field.
I cannot be anyone but me. Baby, can't you see I know what's right for me? Don't tell me wrong from right. I know just what I like. Yeah, call me crazy, I don't care. Come feel the joy of my generation. They got their own kind of sound. Come to shout it out.
For the second year in a row, the Iowa Associated Press named Scott Unash the best damn play-by-play announcer in the state. Catch his stellar play-by-play of local high school sports. His sports talk show weekdays at 3, Friday nights from Hawkeye Downs, and the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner Saturday mornings at 9. When does this guy sleep? Scott knows sports, and once again, he's AP's top play-by-play announcer of the year. One more reason why you need to keep it in the Zone. ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
Sean Rodriguez, the number 9 hitter in the Allen Motor Company order, takes a strike at the knees from right-hander Elvis Quesada to open up the third inning in a scoreless battle. A slider, a beauty on the outside corner, and Sean took it for strike 2. Quesada has pitched 37 2/3 innings in 8 starts, given up 36 hits in those 37 2/3, struck out 37, walked 20. He skips a pitch in the dirt, and ball 1 to right-handed hitting second baseman Sean Rodriguez, 264 average on the year, 262 average rather, with 4 home runs and 16 runs driven in. Sean 1 for 4 yesterday. Just 19 years old, a third-round pick of the Angels last year out of high school in Miami. A bouncer to short, a high hop, and behind second, Sean is retired by Hector Made. Hector Made with the play on the 2-hopper for the first out here in the Kernel third inning. The Kernels had a 1-out walk from Matt Pauley in the first inning and a 1-out double by Blake Balcom in the second inning, but could not take advantage of either opportunity. To the top of the order we go, Quan Cosby. Quan rolled out to second, is opening up this game. Beautiful night for baseball, sun shining brightly. A bunt foul into the screen, strike 1 on Quan. The scoreboard here is in left center field, and it's an electronic scoreboard. It says Battle Creek Yankees on the top of it in white block letters. The scoreboard is a dark green and has the at-bat, ball, strike, out, hit or error, and then the line score by inning, 1 through 10. Ball 1, low and away to Quan. The Midwest League All-Star Game a week from tomorrow night, and there are still tickets remaining. I'll give you the number to call here shortly. Cosby pops one in the air to the shortstop. Hector Made is there on the dirt, and he makes the catch. Quan, 0 for 2 as he sliced one off the end of the bat, batting left-handed, and pops to short. For All-Star Game tickets, call our box office, 896-7560, 896-7560. Matt Pauley walked in the first inning, but was retired on a force-out, a grounder off the bat of Bobby Wilson. Matt, a left-handed hitter. No score, top of the third inning. Late swing and a miss by Matt, strike 1. We want to tell you about the second annual Freedom from Hunger drive that will start. A community challenge that you can be a part of at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. A curve, and that one's rolled foul to the on-deck circle where Bobby Wilson picks it up. We're accepting the challenge. The Kernels are to help the community raise 8 tons of food for area food assistance programs by participating in the second annual Freedom from Hunger Community Challenge food drive. We're asking you, Colonel fans, to help strike out hunger by bringing donations of non-perishable food items to the new Veterans Memorial Stadium beginning June 24th through July 9th. You can put your donations in the specially marked containers to help our community enjoy freedom from hunger. Ball one inside to Pauly. Now a backdoor curve is sliced foul into the third base grandstand. Still 1-2 to Matt. 4 homers, 27 runs driven in. This Battle Creek pitching staff has a team ERA of 4.27. That's 10th in the 14-team Midwest League. Matt Pauly spoils a good 1-2 pitch, fights it off, and fists it foul into the Yankee first base dugout. A massive shower and downpour about 2:30 this afternoon. Oh, actually about 2 o'clock, 2:30. The field in great shape, though. Matt's down on strikes. A fastball, and it soared past Matt's swinging effort. Third strikeout of the night for right-hander Elvis Quesada. Colonel offense stuck in slow gear so far. The Kernels go in order for the first time in the top of the third inning. Jesse Smith has fanned 5 of the first 6 batters he's faced tonight. He's starting this game in place of Kevin Jepson, who's been shelved with some blisters on the fingers of his throat pitching hand. We go to the home half of the third, and the Kernels nothing, the Battle Creek Yankees nothing from Michigan. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Kernels fans, your Cedar Rapids Taco Bell restaurants have something new for you to cheer about this season. A Taco Bell 10 spot. When the Kernels score 10 or more runs in any game this season, you'll score beef tacos for just 39 cents the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell. That's a savings of 50 cents per taco, limit 10 per customer. Remember, when the Kernels put up a Taco Bell 10 spot by plating 10 or more runs in any game, you get up to 10 39-cent beef tacos the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell.
Mike and Mike.
When the Giants made the deal and got Eli Manning, a little-known sidebar to this is that he wanted the number 10.
Right.
The number 10 was already occupied.
Yes, it is.
By the New York Giants by your buddy.
My buddy, Jeff Fiegel. So, Fieg, tell us what happened with the transfer of the number.
Of course, Eli wore number 10 in college, and I was thinking to myself, if we get him, he's going to want that number. And I said, well, if Eli wants this number, he flies his first class down to Florida and pays for our house for a week during spring break next year. And, Eli is going to be wearing that number 10 for the Giants for longer than I will. I took number 17 for 17 years in the NFL, so it's going to be fun.
That's a good deal out of you, Fieg. You've always been a smart football player.
The only one thing I wanted to do, I was thinking maybe getting 1% of all his Eli Manning paraphernalia over the career of his career.
You know what he'll do? He'll give you 10% of all the jersey sales in San Diego of Eli Manning Giant jerseys.
Mike and Mike, weekdays from 6 to 10 Eastern, only on ESPN Radio.
No score in Battle Creek as we move to the bottom of the third inning. Jesse Smith has fanned 5 of 6 he's faced. S.T. Harris, the designated hitter, lifts one foul behind home plate. S.T. is hitting .207, 3 homers, 15 RBIs. He's only 19 years old, a Yankee second-round pick out of Central Islip High School in New York. Or on Long Island, I believe. S.T. jackknifed out of the way of a pitch down and in, a fastball from right-hander Jesse Smith, who's been dynamite here so far tonight. The Kernels have had 2 base runners through 3 at-bats. Battle Creek, no one has reached base in 2 innings. S.T. Harris fouls one into the mid of catcher Tommy Duenas, strike 2. S.T. is 5'11", 170. And he's leading off here in the bottom of the third inning. Outfield plays him straight away. Ball 2 sails high and away to the left-handed batter. Beyond the outfield wall, we've told you one of the landmarks in this ballpark is an 18-foot high blue wall in center field, 402 feet away. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and in, and can you believe it? 6 strikeouts for Jesse Smith. Only one Yankee has put the ball in play in the first 2 and third innings here tonight. Eric Duncan bouncing out to Bobby Wilson to end the Yankee first inning. Jesse Smith has been torrid. He is throwing gas, mixing his pitches up well, locating them up, down, in, out, and you can tell he is very excited to be starting in place of Kevin Jepson here to start the Colonel road trip. Strike one call to Omir Santos. Behind the wall here in Bailey Park at C.O. Brown Stadium is a thick grove of trees. It's beautiful. Strike two called at the knees to the right-handed batter. Omir Santos hit .235 with the Yankees in 82 games last year, batting .227 this season, 2 homers, 13 ribbies. He takes high on an 0-2 delivery. Jesse Smith working quickly. He goes to the backside of the slope, picks up the rosin bag. As I said, Jesse has very thick, muscular legs. He's wearing his gray road trousers just below his knee tops, exposing a big amount of his red socks. Ball 2 misses high, a fastball. Let's hope the Colonel defense hasn't been lulled into some sort of false sense of security with Jesse bringing up all these strikeouts. A curve, and it looked good from here, but the plate umpire ruled it ball 3. Full count now to Omir, O-M-I-R, Santos. He's from Puerto Rico. Open stance, right-handed batter, wears a pair of white batting gloves, holds the bat right down on the end, and walks. Jesse Smith has walked his first batter of this game. He was ahead of Santos, 0-2, but then lost him a couple of borderline pitches. Nick Monaco, the plate umpire, called them balls. 1 on, 1 out for Enrique Cruz. Enrique went to Rice, a baseball powerhouse. 14th round pick by the Yankees in 2003. Enrique lives in Houston. His father, Jose Cruz, was really struggling as a St. Louis Cardinal early in his career, and then went to Houston and stopped trying to pull everything and became one of the greatest Astros ever. Enrique takes high, a fastball. Enrique Cruz with a .218 average on the year in 20 games, a homer, 5 RBIs. Enrique's 22 years old, a throw to first, and Omir Santos back safely. Battle Creek has stolen 42 bases in 62 games. They're 11th in the 14-team Midwest League. Enrique Cruz launches one into right center. Away back she goes. Quan Cosby on the edge of the warning track, 385 feet away, hauls it down. Enrique Cruz showed a lot of power as he lifted one into deep right center, but Quan Cosby had it in his sights. And Quan made the play for the second out of the Battle Creek third inning. The battle is Bryce Cartner. Cartler struck out looking in the first inning. Bryce Cartler out of Arizona State, a Sun Devil. Yankee 11th round pick last year. Bryce hitting .231. Ball 1 misses high and away, a fastball. Eric Bennett, our dugout interview guest a few nights ago when we played the Beloit Snappers, has this Colonel pitching staff ranked 5th in the 14-team Midwest League, a team ERA of 3.89. No score, bottom of the third, and a ground ball to second. Sean Rodriguez will take the play at first to retire Bryce Cartler for the second time and retire Battle Creek in the third inning. Cartler bounces out to second. In the third inning, no runs for Battle Creek. A one-out walk issued by Jesse Smith. No harm done. There were no Yankee hits and no Colonel errors. Battle Creek leaves a runner aboard, their first stranded on this lovely Monday evening. We're sure glad you've decided to spend part of it with us here on the Zone. Fast-moving contest. First of a 7-game road trip to end the first half of the season. And the first-place Colonels are tied with the Yankees after 3-0. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
It's one of those rituals of summer, mowing the yard. And when you're down, what do you do with the clippings? Well, your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling encourage you to leave those clippings on your lawn. This practice is called grass cycling, and it reduces your lawn's fertilizer needs because those clippings contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Grass cycling also helps crowd out weeds and build a healthier lawn. When you leave those clippings on your lawn, you reduce waste and save landfill space.
Coffee works when it's important to you. Coffee works, let your work shine through.
When you think of copies, think of CopyWorks. High-speed copying, color copies, oversized copies, manuals, booklets, graphic design, posters, banners, and presentations. CopyWorks does it better. When it's important to you, CopyWorks lets your work shine through. When you think of copies, think of CopyWorks.
Get excited for the 2004 WNBA season.
Put it up and got it. Lauren Jackson. Open. A three-pointer.
The rookie sensations have arrived.
What a great move by Elena Beard. Taurasi, she is special.
Taurasi, Beard, Powell, and Whalen join the world's best in women's basketball for another sizzling summer. The WNBA plays all summer long on ESPN2 and ABC Sports.
Folks across the Midwest League eager to know about how they can get press credentials for the All-Star game next week, and I was helping one of the sports writers here put him in touch with Mike Kuhlbeck or Jack Rader, and we are going to have a lot of visitors. We hope you're with us next Tuesday for the All-Star game. Fireworks will follow the game. The Midwest League All-Stars will be honored at a luncheon that you can be a part of on Tuesday the 22nd. Rob Dibble, the keynote speaker on Tuesday the 22nd from noon to 2 at the Crown 5 Plaza at the Collins, well, I'll think of the name of it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bobby Wilson. A check swing roller to the right of the mound. It's charged by the second baseman, and he whips his throw hard. Reaching up high was Willie Vasquez. Bobby Wilson with an excuse-me tap to the right side. Bobby 0-for-2 this evening. I don't know what it is about leaving at 2 in the morning, then getting into a city at 9:30 in the morning. It just creates a few cobwebs in your mind. The luncheon will be on the 22nd of June, a week from tomorrow, at the Collins Plaza Hotel. And you can call the Kernels for ticket information. A tap back to the hill by Brandon Wood. And an easy inning, apparently, for Elvis Quesada. At least he's on his way to an easy inning. Brandon Wood topped the first pitch that he saw and rolled it back to the mound for an easy put-out for the pitcher. And you can see why Elvis Quesada, even though he has a 1-4 record with an ERA of 5.26, you can see why he threw a no-hitter against South Bend back on May 24th at Kovalevsky Stadium. He's only given the Kernels 1 hit and a walk through 3 2/3. Matt Brown struck out to lead off the second inning. Colonel bats are slumbering so far. Perhaps a sign of motor coach lag. Not an excuse, just a fact. I told you about the... Here's a little looper to short off the fist of Matt Brown to retire the side. Boy, did we let Elvis Quesada off the hook easily in the 4th inning. He jammed Matt Brown. Matt thumbed it in the air to the shortstop, and the Kernels go quickly and in order. I think Quesada had to make 5 pitches to retire the Kernels' middle 3 in order in the top of the 4th inning. So the Kernels hope to get something going pretty soon in this game. Nothing so far against the 22-year-old right-hander Elvis Quesada. Back to the hill goes Jesse Smith. He's been golden so far. Through 3.5 innings in Battle Creek, the Kernels and Yankees no score. This is Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
The Duke, Greyhounds Park and Casino. Come out and play.
The thrills are big, the food is great, and the excitement is building. We're expanding our casino to give you more great entertainment. Come watch our progress and make this a play day. Now at Dubuque Greyhound Park and Casino, play Summer Sizzle. Winners are drawn 5 times a day. Each winner receives a new set of lawn chairs. Be present if your name is drawn, and you could win a new gas grill, picnic table, canopy, or thick, juicy steaks. There'll be 140 winners in all, and up to $27,000 in total prizes. Make this a play day at Dubuque Greyhound Park and Casino. Play Summer Sizzles now through July 11th.
Dubuque Greyhound Park and Casino. Dubuque
Hi, this is Mike.
And this is John.
From the Double N. Hey, John, you want to play a game of darts?
No thanks, Mike. I'm making a batch of my homemade bratwurst.
Hey, John, do you want to play a game of Golden Tee Golf?
Not now, Mike. I'm making the sauce for today's lunch special.
Hey, John, do you want to play a game of pool?
Maybe later, Mike. I need to finish making today's delicious soups. Hey, Mike, got time to play a game of Silver Strike bowling?
No thanks, John. I'm hungry. It's time for lunch at the Double N at the corner of Ellis Boulevard and F Avenue in Cedar Rapids.
Hector Made, the shortstop, will lead off against Jesse Smith in the bottom of the fourth inning. This game less than 50 minutes old, moves into the home half of the fourth, no score. Only one hit in the game, a one-out double by Blake Balcom in the second inning. Great to hear that the folks from Dubuque Greyhound Park and Casino have seen the advantages of getting their message to our large audience here on the zone. The Kernels have met with them the last decade or so and haven't... Here's a line drive into center, and Quan Cosby dives, and he cannot get it. It's ruled an infield or a single, and the umpire, Quan, glaring at the umpire. It's a leadoff single for Hector Made. Boy, the plate umpire, Nick Monaco, had to make that call from between the plate and the mound. Quan stared him down. Hector Made dumping a single just in front of Quan Cosby to lead off the fourth for Battle Creek. Yes, maybe perhaps this fall or winter we can head back up to Dubuque Greyhound Park and Casino, meet with the right people, and it's just wonderful to hear them on the zone, and we'll have to bring them into the Kernel family. We sure have met with them often throughout the years, and I'm glad they're getting their message out to baseball fans. Hector Made singling, a diving effort by Quan Cosby. I'm not sure if he caught it or not. The big post or girder or pillar that supports the grandstand roof here is right where Quan, in front of where Quan dove. It blocked my view, and Jesse Smith delivers low ball one to left-handed hitting Eric Duncan. No score, bottom of the fourth inning. Battle Creek has their leadoff man aboard for the first time. Their first hit of the game coming in the bottom of the fourth inning. Quan dove and then held the glove up with the ball in it, and Nick Monaco repeatedly flashing safe, 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 meaning Quan trapped it, at least according to his judgment. The runner not going, and a double play ball. Sean Rodriguez feeds Brandon Wood. Oh, they called the runner safe at second, and everybody's safe. Wow, a shocking call by Jesse Redwine, the base umpire. He called Hector Made safe at second base. The ball wasn't hit hard enough for a double play, and Sean Rodriguez's throw to the shortstop, Brandon Wood, was on time, and it looked like it was on target. The Kernels don't argue, and that will be an error apparently charged to Sean Rodriguez. His throw looked pretty good from here, but Jesse Redwine out of the blue ruled the runner safe at second base. Battle Creek with runners at first and second. Nobody out for Matt Carson. Swing and a miss on a curveball. They've had to charge poor Sean Rodriguez with an error, and I don't think he did anything wrong. Brandon Wood was shuffling his feet for a force out at second. It would have been a 4-6 putout, and the ball wasn't hit hard enough for a double play. But Jesse Redwine, the base umpire, said that Brandon's feet weren't on the base. He didn't give him that phantom tag on the footwork that you usually see. Matt Carson, who struck out looking in the second inning, a half swing on a curve low and away. He went around, and it's 0-2. So a single just out of the reach, apparently, of Quan Cosby by Hector Made. Then a tap to the right side, a slowly hit grounder. Sean Rodriguez throwing to the shortstop, Brandon Wood, and the base umpire ruled that Brandon was not on the bag. Jesse Smith's curve is lifted into right. Blake Balcom is going way back. He makes the play. The runner at second tags and advances to third. First and third, one out for Battle Creek here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Eric Duncan stayed at first as Blake Balcom had to drift into deep right field to track down that fly ball. And now let's see if the Kernel infield comes in or plays at double play depth. The Kernel infield will stay at double play depth. for Erold, E-R-O-L-D, Andrus. Andrus, a switch hitter batting left, struck out his first time up. Battle Creek runners at first and third with one out. There should be a runner at first with two out. There should be a runner at first with two out, but here's a ground ball off Jesse Smith's ankle. It's a base hit. Everybody's safe. 1-0 Battle Creek. Boy, did Jesse take one hard off his right ankle. I think he's all right. It's a base hit for Erold Andrus. Erold Andrus bashed it hard off Jesse Smith's right leg. Then it ricocheted to the right of Bobby Wilson beyond first base for an RBI single. Hector Made, who should have been out at second base, has scored. And Eric Duncan moved to second base on the smash off Jesse Smith's right ankle. I think he's all right. 1-0 Battle Creek. Eric Bennett, the Colonel pitching coach, comes out to the hill to talk it over with Jesse Smith. An error has cost the Colonels a run here in the fourth inning. 1-0 Battle Creek. They have runners at first and second. One out for Willie Vasquez. No sign of the Colonel trainer Brian Renker. It's Eric Bennett and Eric Bennett alone who is visiting with Jesse Smith. Jesse's going to remain in the game. Boy, did he get a bad break. Not only was that ball hit hard, I don't think it would have been a double play. It ricocheted off his right leg, his lower right leg, and went by Bobby Wilson into no man's land behind first base. A run scored from third, a man who should have been out at second. I'm still not sure if Quan Cosby caught that ball to start this fourth inning or not. But let's prevent Battle Creek from getting ahead further. It's only 1-0. A strike is in to the switch hitter, Willie Vasquez. He struck out his first time. A single, an error, a fly ball to right, and a base hit off the pitcher's leg has the Yankees leading 1-0. In the bottom of the fourth, they have runners aboard at first and second. Jesse Smith steps off the rubber, and Eric Duncan, the lead runner at second, returns to the bag. Kane County tied with the Kernels for the top spot in the Western Division first half, playing in Lansing tonight. A pitch low, a throw to second, hits Duncan, ricochets into right. That'll be a throwing error on Tommy Duenas. The Kernels do that so much, and it finally catches up to them. Tommy Duenas' throw struck Eric Duncan, went into right center, another error. Bob Brooks mentioned on the 19th hole. I was a guest on Scott Unash's 19th hole this afternoon, and Bob emphasized how important it was that the Kernels play good defense down the stretch, and unfortunately our defense has let us down here in the fourth inning. Both runners move up into scoring position. Tommy Duenas' ill-advised throw to second hit the runner in the back, and now ball too low to the batter, Willie Vasquez. Second and third now for the Yankees. The double play possibility is kaput, and the Colonel infield is back at regular depth. They'll give up a run for a ground ball out. Two errors by the Kernels here in the fourth inning. Hopefully they won't prove to be the difference in this game. Ball three low to the batter, a changeup. Battle Creek has come alive. They have 2 hits in the inning. They've scored a run, and they have taken advantage of at least one Colonel error so far. It remains to be seen whether the second Colonel error, a throwing error by Tommy Duenas, will cost the Kernels a run here in the fourth inning. Vasquez is ahead 3-1. Strike 2 called on the inside corner. Boy, has Jesse Smith competed well here tonight. He has competed very, very hard. Duncan at third, Erold Andrus at second. The pitch hit the batter. The pitch hit the batter in the lower leg to load the bases. A slider, and Vasquez tried to get out of the way of it. It glanced off his lower leg to load the bases. Bases loaded, 1 out for S.D. Harris. The Kernels have a right-hander up in their bullpen. Boy, does Bobby Magallanes, and a pitching change. A pitching change. Jesse Smith does a wonderful job. In his first start, he goes 3 1/3. So far, he's been charged with just 1 run on only 2 base hits. Jesse Smith struck out 6 in 3 1/3 innings. He walked 1, and he hit a batter. A U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen has right-hander David Austin taking over with the bases loaded and 1 out. Well, Jesse Smith did a terrific job. I was hoping the Kernels would go a little bit longer with him, but Bobby Magallanes had a plan. He knew that Jesse had not started a game this season. Jesse Smith matches his longest relief appearance of the year. Back on April 16th, he went 3 1/3 innings. He goes 3 1/3 tonight in his first start. David Austin, A-U-S-T-I-N, a right-hander, on the hill for the Kernels to face left-handed hitter S.G. Harris with the bases loaded and only 1 out. And as David Austin takes over, we're going to take this opportunity here in Battle Creek to encourage you to take your family to either of the Culver's Frozen Custard and Butterburger restaurants. Owners Rich and Carol Kendall invite you in to enjoy their world-famous Culver's Butterburgers and delicious frozen custard. And while you're there, find the white registration box and submit an entry blank for your son or daughter to be drawn as the Culver's Small Fry of the game. As the Culver's Small Fry of the game, your child will get to take the field with Colonel mascot Mr. Shucks between innings of a Colonel game. Get the autograph of their favorite Colonel player right out on the diamond as the Colonels warm up between innings, and then Mr. Shucks will present your son or daughter the Culver's Small Fry of the game with a certificate good for a free kids meal at either of the Culver's Frozen Custard and Butterburger restaurants. That's what the Culver's Small Fry gets to do. David Austin to pitch to S.T. Harris, who struck out his first time leading off the 3rd inning. Bases loaded, only 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, a new pitcher for the Kernels. David Austin's delivery is low and inside, ball 1. David Austin, last pitched Friday at home, and the Colonel come from behind, 12-11 win over the Beloit Snappers. The right-hander's next pitch is a changeup, a dandy, and a swing and a miss. David Austin, a 6'1", 185-pound right-hander out of the University of South Florida in Tampa. The switch hitter Harris takes strike 2 call, the changeup on the outside corner. Battle Creek has scored a run on 2 Colonel errors and 2 hits here in the 4th inning, and they lead it 1-0. Harris, a switch hitter batting left, 207 batter, 3 homers, 15 RBIs. Strike 3 called, a slider on the inside corner. Listen to the crowd. They thought it was inside, but plate umpire Nick Monaco had another view of it, and he calls out S.T. Harris on a slider on the inside corner. David Austin takes some of the pressure off the Colonel infield now. Bases loaded, 2 out, and David chokes a curveball and heaves it high and in, ball 1 to Omir Santos, who walked his first time up. Jesse Smith gives way to David Austin here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 Battle Creek, bases loaded with the Yankees. Strike 1 called, a fastball at the knees. So far, only one of the 2 Colonel errors has cost us a run here in the 4th inning. Duncan's at 3rd, Andrus at 2nd, and Vasquez at 1st. A curve, ground ball to Matt Brown. He'll throw to 2nd for the inning-ending force of Willie Vasquez. And even though Battle Creek takes the lead here with a run in the 4th inning, David Austin gives the Colonels momentum in this game. A bouncer by Omir Santos to Matt Brown, and he fed second baseman Sean Rodriguez for the 5-4 inning-ending force of Vasquez. In the 4th inning, 1 run for the Yankees on 2 base hits, 2 Colonel errors. Battle Creek leaves the bases loaded. They've stranded 4. I like our chances, even though our bats have been in a slumber. After 4 innings, the Yankees won, the Kernels nothing. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. Smart athletes know that Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today.
Checking out the classifieds?
Yeah, I'm tired of working at dead-end jobs. I want to work for a company that offers opportunity.
You know, I just got a job at Access Direct, and they're looking for people like you.
Really? What makes Access Direct so different?
I'm making $9 an hour, and I'll be getting a 50-cent increase within 6 months. Plus, there's always room for advancement.
How about benefits?
Access Direct has a full benefit package that includes 401k.
And vacations?
Access Direct offers 10 days vacation plus holidays.
Why am I looking in the classified?
Put that paper down.
Can we go to Access Direct right now so I can apply?
Let's go.
Don't settle for just any job. Find your future at Access Direct. You'll enjoy a relaxed, friendly work environment, and you'll work with great people just like yourself. Plus, you'll receive a competitive wage, benefits including 401k, 10 days vacation, and holidays off. Check out Access Direct today. Corner of Wiley and Williams Boulevard, and just off the Coralville Strip in Coralville.
The lights are on here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Right-hander Elvis Quesada ready to pitch to Blake Balcom. 1-0 Yankees. A curve, and it's grounded past third fair. A long throw by Eric Duncan just in time to nip Blake Balcom. The crowd loves it as Blake Balcom grounded one past third, 25 feet back of third base. Eric Duncan threw across the diamond in the dirt, but Willie Vasquez dug it out. The Kernels swinging madly again at first pitch after first pitch. That's been their secret to success this first half. Blake Balcom grounding out to third, and that is now that's 9 in a row. 9 in a row, retired by the fellow with the no-hitter back on May 24th with a 1-4 record, Elvis Quesada. Elvis last pitched Tuesday in Peoria, a no decision in a Chiefs 10-9 win over the Yankees. Quesada went 5 innings, allowed 5 runs on 7 hits, struck out 1 and walked none. He has been terrific here tonight, retiring 9 straight Kernels. Tommy Duenas takes his ball, now a strike at the knees. The final line on Jesse Smith is incredible. I'll give it to you here in a moment. As Tommy, who rolled out to third his first time up, swings and misses at a curveball, strike 2. Jesse Smith, 3 1/3 innings, 1 run, unearned on 2 hits. He fanned 6, he walked 1, and he hit a batter. And then David Austin came on in relief of Jesse in the bottom of the 4th with the bases loaded and 1 out, and prevented Battle Creek from adding to their slim lead. A curve, and Tommy taps it foul to the base of the screen. This game is moving right along. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Only 3 hits in the game. 1 by the Kernels. Blake Balcom's 1-out double in the 2nd inning. Against Elvis Quesada. Boy, does he look a lot bigger than 6'1", 210. He looks about 6'4", 230. He just looks huge out there. Tommy fouls one off the chest protector of catcher Omir Santos to stay alive. Beautiful night for baseball in Cereal City, USA. The lights here are they're supported by and attached to circular lumber. A bouncer to second, and Tommy Duenas will be the 10th in a row retired by the right-hander. Tommy Duenas chops out to second. 2 gone in the Kernel 5th inning. Caleb Mayer, one of 2 strikeout victims tonight of Elvis Quesada. Again, Quesada's ERA is high, 5.26. The league hitting .240 against him. making his 9th start of the year, a 1-4 record. The one victory was a complete game no-hitter in South Bend on May 24th. He delivers low and away ball 1 to Caleb Mayer. Change-up is in for a strike to Caleb, right-handed batter. Caleb in the throes of a 1-for-26 tail spin, but he'll come out of it. He had 5 hits here when he joined our ball club last June. Fouling one off to the right is Mayer, and he's in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. What a start for Jesse Smith. His first start of the year, 3 1/3 innings, and he only gave up 1 run on 2 hits. The 1 run was unearned. Caleb takes in the dirt, ball 2. Want to remind you about that 2nd annual Freedom from Hunger Community Challenge food drive. We're asking you to be a part of it, helping the community raise 8 tons of food for area food assistance programs by bringing non-perishable food items to the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. A deep drive to right, down the line, and chasing it and making a running catch in foul ground is Matt Carson. Matt Carson made a good running catch, crossing the foul line, deep in right, and he hauled in the drive opposite field by Caleb Mayer. 11 in a row now retired by Elvis Quesada. Your donations in the specially marked containers will help our community enjoy freedom from hunger. We'll accept your donations of non-perishable food items at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium beginning June 24th through July 9th. And that's a Freedom from Hunger Community Food Challenge. Thanks for considering planning to be a part of it. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning at C.O. Brown Stadium. 1 hit for the Kernels through 5 and 1-0 Yankees. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Been looking to buy a used car, truck, or van? If so, head to Select Auto now. All vehicles are priced to sell with bottom line pricing. Monthly bills getting you down? Can't afford the car of your dreams? No problem. Select Auto offers payment plans to fit around your budget. Select Auto also offers great warranties on all cars, not to mention their experienced and friendly staff in their full-service service department. Hate being chased around the lot by those annoying salespeople? At Select Auto, you won't be bothered by any salespeople. You deal directly with the owners. Got bad credit? Not a problem. They offer financing for any credit, good or bad. Still not sold? Purchase any used car over $5,000 and get $200 in free gas. Hurry in. This deal only lasts during the month of May. What are you waiting for? Visit either of Select Auto's 2 convenient locations on 1st Avenue downtown Cedar Rapids or on 7th Avenue in Marion. Select Auto, a great way to buy a pre-owned car.
Traveling today can be somewhat hectic, even downright confusing at times. Why not let Tri-State Travel take all that frustration out of your travel plans? Whether you want to experience a cruise, enjoy a weekend getaway in Las Vegas, or just need to make airline, rental car, or hotel reservations, Tri-State Travel's Westdale Mall office can help. Our experienced staff can lower your travel stress level so you can get more enjoyment out of your journey. Stop by Tri-State Travel's Westdale Mall office today and get ready to travel worry-free.
David Austin brings a 1-1 pitch in. It's swung on and missed by Enrique Cruz. 1-2. David Austin got the final 2 outs with the bases loaded in the 1-run Battle Creek 4th inning, and he's ahead of the number 9 hitter Enrique Cruz. 1-2. Cruz, a right-handed batter, son of Jose Cruz of the Astros, swings and misses at a good off-speed pitch, low and away, striking out. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll have our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge for you in the top of the 6th inning. Ordinarily, we do it in the top of the 5th, but this game is being played at such a brisk pace that we haven't had time to give you that chance to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. We'll have our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge for you in the top of the 6th inning. 1-0 Battle Creek. Bryce Cartler, a left-handed hitter, takes a bunt and a strike from David Austin at the knees. Cartler struck out looking and grounded to second against Kernel starter Jesse Smith. Matt Brown is cheating in on the edge of the grass, a good 18 feet off the line at third base. The Kernel outfield plays straight away. Kernels in their red knit batting practice tops with big white numbers, gray road trousers, red socks. Ball one inside to the left-handed batter, Bryce Cartler. Virtually no bend in his knees, a straightaway stance, left-handed hitter. And he jackhammers one foul on the ground past first. It's 1-2. We have a final on the State Farm Major League scoreboard from this afternoon. At Jacobs Field, the Indians dismantled the Orioles 14-0. They're in the third inning at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, delayed by rain. The Reds 4, the Phillies 3, but that game's being delayed by rain. The left-handed hitting leadoff batter, Cartler, taps one over the mound. Brandon Wood flashes to the second base side of the bag, throws to first, not in time. Every call has gone against the Kernels so far. Brandon Wood made a terrific play to his left as Cartler beat it out for a one-out infield single. Boy, Brandon wound up throwing that ball 30 feet to the right of second base. He cut across second base behind the bag, and his throw was just a hair late, apparently. Cartler awarded an infield single. Third hit for Battle Creek, their first off of reliever David Austin. Elsewhere, the Cubs take on the Astros at Minute Maid Park tonight. Strike one called on the outside corner to Hector Maida. Maida dumped a single in front of Quan Cosby and scored an unearned run in the Battle Creek fourth inning, the only run of this game. The Cubs in Houston at Minute Maid Park, and the Braves play the Twins at the Metrodome tonight. Right-handed hitting, Hector Maida. The runner goes, a grounder to third, backhanded by Matt Brown. He looks at second, but then flings it across to Bobby Wilson for the sure out of Hector Made. Hector Made has grounded to third. The runner was going, Bryce Cartler, and that allows him to wind up in scoring position with two out for left-handed hitting Eric Duncan. Eric grounded to first in the first inning, then tapped one to second baseman Sean Rodriguez. Sean looked like he made a good throw to Brandon Wood to get Hector Made at second in the fourth inning, but the base umpire Jesse Redwine said safe, and that runner Made wound up scoring on a one-out single by Errol Andrus, the number 5 hitter. The only run of this game so far. Sneaking in behind the runner at second is Brandon Wood. No throw by David Austin. David Austin, no record this year, pitching for the 5th time. An ERA of 1.17. David's only allowed one run in 7 2/3 innings. He's fanned 7, walked 3. Ball one is low to the left-handed hitter Eric Duncan, Yankee first-round draft pick last year. Batting .283. Leader in their club of homers with 10, RBIs with 44, Eric Duncan. He's from New Jersey. What a dream it is for him to play in the Yankee organization. He tops one foul just to the right of home plate. Tommy Duenas pops out of his catching squat. Tommy's wearing red shin guards, a red chest protector. Bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0 Battle Creek. They have a runner at second with 2 outs. Remember, our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question comes your way in the next half inning. Your chance to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop by logging onto our website, www.kernels.com, Kernels. A ground ball past the mound. Sean Rodriguez charges and flips in time. I think David Austin may have gotten a piece of that one. I'm not sure. We're going to rule it a 4-3 putout. Rodriguez at second to Wilson at first. And 5 good innings from relievers Jesse Smith and David Austin, spelling starter Kevin Jepson tonight. No runs for Battle Creek in the 5th. An infield single, 1 hit. There were no Colonel errors. And the Yankees leave a runner. They've left 5 men in 5 at-bats. Remember, log on now to www.kernels.com and play along as the Kernels come to bat next in the 6th inning, our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge. After 5, Kernels trail by a run, 1-0, and you're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Kernels fans, your Cedar Rapids Taco Bell restaurants have something new for you to cheer about this season. A Taco Bell 10 spot. When the Kernels score 10 or more runs in any game this season, you'll score beef tacos for just 39 cents the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell. That's a savings of 50 cents per taco, limit 10 per customer. Remember, when the Kernels put up a Taco Bell 10 spot by plating 10 or more runs in any game, you get up to 10 39-cent beef tacos the very next day at any Cedar Rapids Taco Bell.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do walking through Yellow Book, not the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Let your fingers do walking through Yellow Book, not the other book.
Advanced Systems, the leader in office technology, is like a great baseball coach when it comes to office productivity. Advanced Systems makes the most of your team. They do it with the latest technology for office productivity from Canon. They're also like a great trainer. Advanced Systems Advanced Life Support makes sure your office equipment runs at peak levels and fixes it fast if things go wrong. Hit it over the fence with Canon technology from Advanced Systems. Call 832-8291.
Business for the 21st century with Advanced Systems.
Leading off the Kernels' sixth in a 1-0 game in favor of Battle Creek, Sean Rodriguez takes low, and now he strokes one off the end of the bat, high in the air foul onto the first base grandstand roof. Sean bounced to short, leading off the second inning. He's trying to become the first Kernel base runner since Blake Balcom's one-out double back in the second inning. Elvis Quesada has retired 11 in a row. We want to thank State Farm Insurance agents Dale Thompson, Lanny Peterson, Al Shetler, and Gary Schubat for our earlier look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. The only final, again, this afternoon in Cleveland, the Indians mauling Baltimore 14-0. Sean Rodriguez with a slow roller foul to the left of home plate. Sean, a right-handed batter with a .262 average, leading off the Kernel sixth inning on a delightful night in Battle Creek. A very light breeze. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. The catcher, Omir Santos, on to first to complete the strikeout of Sean. 4 strikeouts now for Elvis Quesada. And he's now made it 12 straight Kernels. Time to log on to www.kernels.com, Kernels, and hit the link on the right side of the homepage to answer our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge. What's up for a prize? Well, something from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. Quan bunt to the third base side. It's barehanded by Santos. Throws not in time. Quan Cosby with a terrific bunt has reached with one out here in the sixth inning as the tying run. Quan deadened that pitch perfectly. Bunted it to the left of home plate, about 15 feet to the left of home plate, just inside the dirt base path, and it died on the grass. Omir Santos barehanded, threw to first, not in time. Quan Cosby has a bunt single, the second Kernel hit of this game. Quan draws a throw, and he's back safely at first base. Terrific bunt by Quan Cosby. We said earlier in this season that if Quan could master that skill, he would just have yet another weapon in his arsenal on his journey upward in the Anaheim Angel organization. Quan Cosby with 10 steals and 13 tries draws a throw. He's back safely. Matt Pauley at the plate takes ball one outside. Quan's bunt single snaps a string of 12 in a row, set down by the right-hander Elvis Quesada. Tying run at first here in the sixth inning, one out. Matt Pauley has walked and struck out. You've hit the link on the Kernel homepage to answer our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge. There's a link on the right side. It'll allow you to email us a throw to first, Quan dives back safely. In your email to us, along with the answer to the question I'll give in a moment, we need your name, address, and phone number. Your name, address, and phone number, and this evening's date. Flag Day, June 14th. June 14th, along with your name, address, and phone number. Matt Pauley, a left-handed batter, waits patiently. Quesada's delivery is a strike on the inside corner to even the count 1-1. Matt glares back at plate umpire Nick Monaco, then steps out of the box. Here's our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. After spending his first 9 seasons as a starter with the Royals in Boston, he converted 54 straight save opportunities with the Red Sox in 98 and 99. Who is he? Quan draws a throw and dives back ahead of the tag of Willie Vasquez. Our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question here from Battle Creek. After spending his first 9 seasons as a starter with the Royals in Boston, he converted 54 straight save opportunities with the Red Sox in 98 and 99. In fact, he's one of a handful of pitchers who has won over 100 games and saved over 100 games. He's currently with the parent club of this Battle Creek team, the New York Yankees. That's our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. Is Quan running? No. Pauley, a swing and a miss on a high fastball, strike 2. Email us with your answer to the Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge. After spending his first 9 seasons as a starter with the Royals and Boston, he converted 54 straight save opportunities with the Red Sox in 98 and 99. Quan, a short lead at first and a throw over there. He's backhand first. Matt Pauley trying to advance Quan into a better scoring position. Quan's at first base with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. It's 1-0 Yankees. I said there was a light breeze. The flag above the 402 sign in center is absolutely motionless now. 72 degrees. That's what they designed the Houston Astrodome to be back in 1965. They did a number of scientific studies, and climatologists determined that the ideal temperature for life, for living, for comfort is 72 degrees. That's what it is here now in Battle Creek. Matt Pauley with a .292 average. In the hole 1 and 2, and slaps one to third. That could be a double play. Throw to second, out. Throw to first, not in time. Quan Cosby, a good job tilting over Enrique Cruz in a very clean way. Matt Pauley is at first base. Matt rolled one the other way to Eric Duncan, forcing Quan Cosby at second. That play went 5-4. And Matt Pauley, the tying run at first for Bobby Wilson. Howie Kendrick, second in the league in hitting, still sidelined with a strained groin muscle. And we really miss Howie in our lineup. Down the stretch we come. 7 games to go, counting tonight. The Kernels in a first-place tie in the Western Division first-half standings with King County, a game ahead of Peoria. Bobby Wilson laces one foul straight back. Bobby had a pitch to his liking right in his wheelhouse, fouled it straight back. Well, you have our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. Remember, email us by logging online, www.kernels.com. Then click on the link on the right side of the homepage. Email us your name, address, phone number, this evening's date, June 14th, and then tell us who the pitcher was who, after his first 9 seasons as a Royal and Boston starter, that went on to convert 54 straight save opportunities with the Red Sox in 98 and 99. He's now with the Yankees. I still remember his rookie year with Kansas City. He won 17 games in 89. Swing and a miss by Bobby on a curveball. 2 hits for the Kernels through 5 2/3 innings. Quan Cosby, a bunt single with 1 out here in the 6th inning, was not trying to steal. That surprised me. He was forced on a roller to third by Matt Pauley. Matt's at first base now. And Bobby Wilson In the hole 0-2, Bobby has reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out to second. Time is called now. Sun shining brightly still. Lights are on at C.O. Brown Stadium. A lot of hitting room up the middle for Bobby Wilson. Swing and a miss on a curveball. That pitch was a good foot outside, but Bobby couldn't lay off. And that's 5 strikeouts for Elvis Quesada. He's not authoring a no-hitter tonight, but he's thrown 6 shutout innings of 2-hit ball at the Kernels. No runs. 1 hit, a bunt single in the 6th inning. There were no Yankee errors, and the Kernels leave a runner, just our 3rd stranded on the evening. After 5.5 in Battle Creek, the Kernels down by a run to the Yankees, 1-0. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Can you believe those gas prices? As your inner voice, let me just say that this is going to put a crimp in the vacation plans.
You know, I've been thinking.
Uh-oh, she's thinking.
Collins Plaza has this Sleepless in Cedar Rapids setting where you get overnight stay in a deluxe room or suite with a bottle of chilled bubbly. Plus, there's that yummy Collins Plaza champagne brunch on Sunday. A little weekend getaway for less than $150. Sounds nice, doesn't it?
Wait a minute. Is it possible she's speaking little grains of truth here? A weekend at the Collins Plaza would be kind of a vacation. Some quiet time, a break in the routine. I'm sure they've got ESPN on the tube.
Just the two of us, alone, in a hotel room, sleepless in Cedar Rapids. What do you think of that idea, big boy?
Collins Plaza, sleepless in Cedar Rapids. A vacation on less than a tank of gas. Oh, the answer here would be, yes. Now, nod and smile.
Maybe I'll even let you watch a little ESPN.
The way to pocket important savings is to take advantage of Chevron motor oils and lubricants from the Otson Oil Company, your local Chevron oil distributor. Chevron lubricants are made from higher quality base oils for better performance, and that means longer life for your engine. Contact the Otson Oil Company in Cedar Rapids for details on how you can save time and money with Chevron lubricants. The Otson Oil Company, serving Iowa with quality lubricants since 1933. Visit Otson Oil Company at www.otson.com.
David Austin fires a strike to the number 3 hitter, and on an 0-1 pitch, Matt Carson pounds it into the ground, a 1-hopper to Matt Brown, and Brown's peg is right on, 1 gone in the 6th inning. David Austin, in relief of fellow reliever Jesse Smith, has gotten Matt Carson to bounce out to third, 1 away in the 6th inning here in Battle Creek. 1-0 Yankees. Harold Andrus is driven in the only run of this game. A breaking pitch from David Austin in at the knees, a strike called. Jesse Smith, spelling the scheduled starter, Kevin Jepson, who has blisters on the fingers of his pitching hand. Here's a drive into right center, and Blake Balcom won't get it. It'll be extra bases for Harold Andrus. He'll turn into second with a stand-up double. Harold Andrus, the switch hitter, now 2 for 3. Plugged one into the right center field alley between Kwan and Balcom for a 1-out double off of David Austin. Just the second hit that the Yankees have against David Austin, and only their 4th tonight. Another switch hitter, Willie Vasquez, to face Austin. David Austin came in a big jam in relief of Jesse Smith. Bases loaded, 1 out, back in the 4th inning. A run had scored. David got the number 7 hitter, S.D. Harris, to strike out looking, and then induced the number 8 hitter, Omir Santos, to hit into a force out to end the inning. A high pop foul drifting towards the third base stands. Matt Brown doesn't give up on it, but it's just a little bit beyond Matt's reach. Another unusual quirk about this C.O. Brown Stadium, if you've ever seen a World Series game from the 40s, 50s, 60s, even the 70s, what they do in the World Series oftentimes is they'll add premier seating in front of the regular grandstand. In other words, they'll make more room for high-priced seats and build temporary seats. Well, 2 such sections exist beyond the dugouts here at C.O. Brown Stadium. 2 sections that jut out. A tap to first. Bobby Wilson has it and steps on the bag for the 2nd out of the Battle Creek 6th inning. Willie Vasquez topped a 1-1 delivery from David Austin and rolls out to first. On to third goes Harold Andrus. He's at third with 2 gone. The batter, S.T. Harris. E-S-T-E-E. Unusual first name, S.T. S.T.'s a left-handed batter. 207 average, 3 homers, 15 RBIs. Battle Creek is hitting 259 as a team. That's tied for 6th in the 14-team Midwest League. Harris loops one into shallow left. On comes Matt Pauley. And he has it to end the inning. S.T. Harris flies to shallow left. David Austin pitches around a 1-out double to keep this a 1-run game. No runs in the 6th for Battle Creek, 1 hit. There were no Kernel errors. The Yankees leave a runner on and have stranded half a dozen. Kernels come to bat in the top of the 7th inning, looking to break through against a fellow who authored a no-hitter less than a month ago, Elvis Quesada. After 6, Battle Creek 1, Kernels nothing. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Hey, man, what's up? Just getting ready to kick your butt. Right. And mess up your hair? You just wish you could look this good. Oh, nothing but that. Hey, I'm a busy guy. I don't have time to make my hair look as good as yours. I mean, who has time to schedule an appointment, let alone show up for it? Not me. I just go to Cost Cutters. I can get in whenever it's convenient for me. Nice shot. Yeah. So you're telling me you just walk into Cost Cutters and come out looking good? Well, for some of us, that comes naturally. But Cost Cutters makes it easier. They can do anything you want. A cool cut, even some color, and get some of that styling gel stuff to keep you looking good. Like me. Oh, so that's why your hair never moves. Oh, you're funny. Cost Cutters. Thanks, man. This will save me some time. Great. Then you'll have time to work on your game. Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Are you a busy guy? Save yourself time and walk into one of our area's 12 Cost Cutters whenever it's convenient for you. Then relax, because Cost Cutters will make things easy and affordable for you.
Cost Cutters. Live your life. We always have time for your hair.
Who cares what's in a hot dog? This country was built on the principle that wretched refuse could be made great. So when the tofu-obsessed among us ask what the hot dog is made of, well, the High Life man turns the question back on the questioner. You, sir, what are you made of? What spice do you add to the national knockwurst? No, you do not ask of the hot dog. The hot dog asks of you. Are you man enough to live the High Life? Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, USA.
Kernel cleanup batter Brandon Wood will lead off against right-hander Elvis Quesada to start the 7th inning. This game is moving quickly, 1-0 Yankees. A curve and a bunt foul. It rolls just in front of third base, fielded in foul ground by Eric Duncan. And is that ever an indication of how overpowering Elvis Quesada's been? Quan Cosby had to resort, and I use that in a positive term. It was a very good move by Quan to bunt his way on as the tying run with 1 out in the 6th inning. The Kernels couldn't get any further than that. Brandon Wood trying to bunt his way on to open up the 7th. Brandon is lined to right and tapped back to the hill. A curve and a swing and a miss. You wonder how this guy can be 1-4 with a 5.26 ERA. He was born in the Dominican Republic, moved to New York City, and went to Seton Hall, the school that produced Cardinal pitcher Matt Morris, former Red Sox star Mo Vaughn, as well as Craig Biggio. I'll think of who I mean. A fastball, a blistering fastball taken by Brandon Wood for strike 3 called. Jeff Bagwell, I believe, went to Seton Hall. Not sure about that. The strikeout for Elvis Quesada is his 6th of the game. Brandon Wood gone on 3 pitches. Matt Brown is struck out and popped to short. A dominating pitching performance by the Yankee right-hander. And the Kernels aren't doing anything wrong at all. They're playing hard, doing good work, but trail by a run, 1-0 here in the 7th inning. The only run scored in this game, an unearned run off starter Jesse Smith back in the 4th inning. The 1-0 to Brownie. Strike 1 on the outside corner. This guy is heaving in aspirin tablets. Yankees took him in the 15th round last year. And he was 5-0 in 10 starts in Staten Island and here in Battle Creek. Swing and a miss on a pitch inside. And it's 1-2 to Matt Brown. Quesada's been ahead of virtually every hitter. He's walked one. Matt Pauley drew a walk back in the first inning. Struck out 6 and blanked the Kernels on 2 hits. Ball 2 down and away from the right-hander. At one point, he'd retired 12 in a row. 1 out in the Kernels' 7th inning. Good-sized crowd on this beautiful Monday night in Battle Creek. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on Matt Brown. 7 strikeouts for the right-hander. 2 away in the Kernels' 7th inning. The batter is Blake Balcom. He owns one of the 2 Kernel hits, a 1-out double off the right field wall back in the 2nd inning. 7 strikeouts now, 3 in a row for Quesada. He spells his last name Q-U-E-Z-A-D-A, and he spells his first name E-L-V-Y-S. Elvis. A deuce drops in for strike 1 to Blake, a right-handed batter. While the Kernels were taking 3 of 4 against Beloit, the Battle Creek Yankees took 3 of 4 here at their home stadium against the Dayton Dragons this past weekend. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on Blake Balcom, a curveball. Now the right-hander has the crowd behind him, and he's 1 strike away from fanning the side here in the Kernels' 7th inning. Big gap in left center for Blake Balcom. Strike 3 call. Fastball, outside corner, letter high. And 4 strikeouts in a row for the 22-year-old right-hander. He does fan the side. He's fanned 8 and 7 innings. The Kernels go down in order, all 3 on strikeouts in the top of the 7th inning. I'm going to count for just a minute. We have hit 1 ball to the outfield tonight. No, 2. The Kernels in 7 innings have, 3. We have hit 3 balls to the outfield in 7 innings. Well, let's hang in there. We're still well within striking reach of the Battle Creek Yankees. 7th inning stretch, C.O. Brown Stadium. 1-0 Battle Creek. This is Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Multitasking is today's buzzword. We're parents, employees, board members, spouses, caregivers. The list goes on. Your local Pekin Insurance Agency, Sheets Forest Draper Insurance in Marion, is great at multitasking, too. Sheets Forest Draper will find the right insurance coverages for you. See Scott Draper of Sheets Forest Draper for coverages on your home, auto, life, health, and business. Finding the right insurance is one less task for you to do when you depend on your hometown professionals with Pekin Insurance.
Summertime means Kernels baseball. Sunlight until 9 o'clock. Watermelon and lemonade. Taking the kids to the swimming pool and a host of other leisurely pursuits. Comfort Solutions by Banks stands ready to ensure that your family stays cool when you're busy with all of your summer fun. Comfort Solutions by Banks are your indoor comfort specialists. With all of the fun activities that fill up your summer, it's comforting to know that the Comfort Solutions by Banks family can take care of your family. Comfort Solutions by Banks is proud to offer your family personal and caring service. If something goes unexpectedly wrong with your home's cooling system, you can count on Comfort Solutions by Banks to provide you with courteous and professional service under any circumstance. Enjoy your summer and let the family at Comfort Solutions by Banks take care of yours.
Omir Santos opens up the Battle Creek 7th inning and slaps one to the left side to Brandon Wood, and the shortstop throws him out, 1 away here in the 7th inning. 1-0 Battle Creek. One pitch, 1 out. David Austin has been outstanding since taking over for fellow reliever Jesse Smith, the starter this evening, with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 4th inning. Austin got out of that inning. He allowed an infield single in the 5th inning, a 1-out double in the 6th inning, and he's gotten a leadoff batter in the Battle Creek 7th. A 1-0 pitch is top foul behind the plate by Enrique Cruz. Cruz is 0-for-2 tonight, a right-handed batter. The Yankees have uniforms just like their parent club. The traditional white with black or dark blue pinstripes. A bouncer to third, backhanded by Matt Brown. He throws low, but out at first base. Wow, Matt Brown made a terrific play at third. Enrique Cruz hit it sharply to his right. Matt had to backhand it, and in his throw was on a line and a one-hopper that Bobby Wilson calmly picked clean at first base. Man, that Bobby Wilson. I told you during the 4-game homestand against Beloit that Andy Pantini, our director of public relations our director of technology and graphics, Andy said he thought the biggest injustice of all the all-star selection ramifications were that Bobby Wilson was not selected. And I second Andy's thoughts. Bobby Wilson can do so many things. Catch. He's a terrific catcher. He's played third and first. He's served as the designated hitter this year. The leadoff man, Bryce Cartler, takes a change low and now swings and misses at a David Austin curveball. Strike one. 2 gone, bases empty. Battle Creek batting in their half of the 7th, holding a slim 1-0 lead over the Kernels. Bryce Cartler, 1-for-3. Lays off a pitch just low from David Austin. Bryce Cartler, Kartler, started play tonight batting .231. A left-handed hitter with a straightaway stance and no bend in his knees. He whistles one foul into the lower part of the backstop, a padded wall. Strike 2. Deuce is wild now. 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Cartler from Arizona State. 4 homers, 15 RBIs. Battle Creek overall, 4 games below 500, 29-33, but 6 games above 500 here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Rattling one foul over the head of catcher Tommy Duenas is Cartler. Bryce, his last time up, bounced one over the head of David Austin. Brandon Wood flashed to his left, kicked it, and threw to first. Not in time, according to the base umpire Jesse Redwine, and Cartler reached on a 1-out infield single, but he was stranded. Cartler on a 2-2 delivery takes it low and in, ball 3. And the count full now to the leadoff batter. Your 12 area Cost Cutters Family Hair Care Centers have an opportunity for your Little League softball, t-ball, or baseball team to enjoy the summer and have a remarkable experience at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium as the Cost Cutters Dream Team. The Cost Cutters Dream Team could be your team. They will come into the Colonel dugout before the game, then take the field as they're individually introduced from the Colonel first base dugout, stand next to a Colonel player at his position, and then receive the autograph of that Colonel player on a souvenir Colonel logo Cost Cutters soft toss baseball. A ground ball foul into right field, past first, keeps the count full to Bryce Cartler. All of that will create a lifelong positive experience for your Little Leaguer, T-baller, softball player, or baseballer, a member of the Cost Cutters Dream Team. How do you sign your team up? Well, just call Jessica Ferguson at 896-7612. That's 896-7612. A changeup just outside, and the Colonels wanted the call, didn't get it from plate umpire Nick Monaco, and a 2-out walk issued by David Austin to Bryce Cartler. Now, you may be asking, how much longer can David Austin go? There's absolutely nothing going on in the Colonel left field bullpen. The longest David Austin has gone this year, 3 innings. That was back on May 30th. David is pitching he's well into his 3rd full inning of relief. The runner goes, a pitch low, the throw to second. Out at second base. Brandon Wood put the tag on the sliding Bryce Cartler, who's caught for the 2nd time in 7 attempts. Tommy Duenas threw a pinpoint accurate peg to the base of the bag at second, and That caught Cartler trying to pilfer the bag. Tommy Duenas with a big throw to cut down Cartler for the final out here in the 7th. It went 2-6, catcher to shortstop. No runs for Battle Creek in their 7th. No hits, of 2-out walk. There were no Colonel errors. A man caught trying to steal second to end the inning. The Yankees leave nobody aboard. They've stranded 6 and 7 at bats. Kernels come to bat in the top of the 8th inning. Battle Creek leads it by a run, 1-0. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Are you cut out for adventure? The C.P. Hoyt Jewelers Zone ESPN Radio Couchette Diamond Treasure Hunt is on. Listen for clues to unlock the location of the key phrase hidden somewhere in Cedar Rapids. We'll even give out the GPS coordinates for all you geocachers out there. Find the phrase, write it down on your official entry form, and you could win the rock that will melt your lady's heart. A Couchette cut diamond, the new shape for romance. The Couchette diamond, valued at over $5,000, is on display at C.P. Hoyt Jewelers. This week's clue, the key phrase can be found where Dean of Iowa now holds court. Log on to the Zone1600.com for this week's GPS coordinates. Official rules and entry forms at C.P. Hoyt and online at the Zone1600.com. You must be 18 years or older to enter. Take a chance at some serious bling-bling. Find the Couchette Diamond key phrase, and you could win. Sponsored by C.P. Hoyt Jewelers and the Zone ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
The Freedom Festival presents Concert Weekend at Kirkwood. Nothing but fun, food, fireworks, and of course, great music. Here's Starship with Nicky Thomas and PTO, Friday, June 25th at Wells Fargo Concert Night. Saturday, June 26th is Cedar Rapids Symphony Night with Christian T. Meyer. Special guest, the U.S. Marine Band. Admission is only $6 each night with a Freedom Festival button. Kids under 6 free. Visit freedomfestival.com for details.
Tommy Duenas, the man who threw out the leadoff batter Bryce Cartler trying to steal second to end the 7th, checks his swing, and a strike is called to Tommy. He's 0 for 2. And he pops one foul off to the right. Elvis Quesada continues to get ahead of virtually every Colonel hitter. He's shut us out through 7 on only 2 hits. A 1-out double into right by Blake Ball, come back in the 2nd, and a 1-out bunt single by Quan in the 6th inning. The Colonels have only stranded 3 base runners. Trail 1-0 in the top of the 8th inning. A couple of men throwing in the Yankee right field bullpen. A high drive into center. It'll be caught out there on the warning track about 390 feet away by Harold Andrus. Tommy Duenas gave it a ride to the deepest part of this ballpark. Just the 4th ball that has left the infield tonight off a Colonel hitter's bat. 1 out in the 8th inning. And 6 straight now set down by the right-hander. 1-0 Battle Creek, top of the 8th inning. Caleb Mayer has struck out and fouled out to right. Strike 1 called, a fastball. Inside corner, letter high. Lower third of the Colonel order here in the top of the 8th inning. What a performance by the bullpen duo of Jesse Smith and David Austin, limiting Battle Creek through 7 innings to 1 run unearned on 4 hits. Both of those fellas pitching brilliantly. Stepping in for Kevin Jepson, who couldn't answer the bell this evening due to blisters on the fingers of his right pitching hand. A curve is in there to Caleb, strike 2. 1-2 to Caleb Mayer. Bases empty, 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Caleb, a right-handed batter with a slightly open stance, takes a changeup in the dirt for ball 2. The Yankees may have something in this guy, 22 years old, out of Seton Hall, born in the Dominican Republic, lives in the Big Apple, lives in Gotham, 15th round pick, 1 win in 8 starts. The 1 win, a no-hitter in South Bend, May 27th. He's had no-hit stuff here tonight, no doubt about that. Caleb stays alive and rolls one foul to the on-deck man, Sean Rodriguez. Tommy Duenas muscled up on one and hit it into deep center to start this 8th inning. It was caught on the warning track just below that 18-foot high dark blue Yankee colored wall. It used to be green, but with the Yankees gear, it's a dark blue. Ball 3, a changeup in the dirt to Caleb. One of the few full count pitches of this evening will be coming homeward in just a moment. Here it is. High, ball 4. What an at-bat for Caleb Mayer. Caleb struggling, but he draws just the second walk in this game issued by the tall right-hander. The Tyne runs it first, and the Kernels will not pinch run for Caleb Mayer. One thing that Bobby Magallanes has been steadfast in this season is not pinch running or pinch hitting, showing confidence in the skills of all of his players. Double barrel action in the Yankee bullpen. 2 right-handers throwing in a synchronized fashion down there. Sean Rodriguez at the plate. Look out, a pitch high and in, ball 1 to Sean. The pitching coach for Battle Creek is a good friend of ours, 6'8" giant Steve Renko. Steve was the pitching coach for the Kernels my first year in the league, 1996, a former University of Kansas great quarterback, and then a star with the Montreal Expos. He was an original Expo, I believe, when they came into the league in '69. A high pop foul onto the grandstand roof behind the dish. 1-1 to Sean Rodriguez. Kernels trail by only a run, 1-0 here in this top of the 8th inning. We're approaching the top of the hour on a beautiful 71-degree Monday night in Battle Creek, Michigan. Elvis Quesada, a right-hander, is set. At the belt, he throws to first. Caleb back standing up. The right field bullpen is pretty, well, I could make out a number. One of the right-handers warming up for Battle Creek is Matt Brummett. And I'll see if I can get a line on the other one in a moment. Sean Rodriguez has bounced to short and struck out tonight. The other Yankee right-hander in their bullpen is Paul Thorpe, their closer, Paul Thorpe. Caleb is not running. Swing and a miss by Sean on a changeup, strike 2. Mayer has 1 steal in 4 tries. So right-handers Matt Brummett and Paul Thorpe are warming up for Battle Creek. Thorpe, the closer for the Yankees. Has 11 saves. Sean is hit by a pitch. That's the last thing that Elvis Quesada wanted to do. He ran a pitch in on Sean Rodriguez. Sean was struck, and Sean is fine. I think it hit him in the upper left front shoulder. Caleb Mayer, the tying run at second with only 1 out here in the 8th inning. Bobby Magallanes is going to pinch run for Caleb Mayer. Nick Kimpton is doing a few hollow wind sprints along the warning track material in front of the Kernel third base dugout. Bobby Magallanes will pinch run for Nick Kimpton, and that'll be it for Elvis Quesada. Elvis Quesada lifted after going 7 1/3. So far, he's given up no runs on 2 hits. He struck out 8. He walked 2, and he hit a batter. Let's see who the Battle Creek Yankees bring in. It looks like Matt Brummett, a right-hander. A big, tall right-hander. Again, Nick Kimpton has come in to run for Caleb Mayer. Let's tell you about Kimpton first. Kimpton pinch running for Caleb Mayer, carrying the tying run in the 8th inning. Nick Kimpton will enter this game as the DH. Kimpton has 8 steals in 11 tries. And remember, Bobby Magallanes isn't afraid to try to steal a base even if he's behind by a run and even though it's third base. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby puts the runners in motion. Now, the pitcher for Battle Creek is Matt Brummett, B-R-U-M-I-T. He's only pitching for the 9th time, a 2.35 ERA. He'll face Quan Cosby. In 7 2/3, he's whiffed 13 batters, walked 1, hit 1, and allowed 2 runs on 5 hits in 7 2/3. Matt Brummett, B-R-U-M-I-T. Takes over for right-hander Elvis Quesada. Kernels have the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first. Just past 9 o'clock Eastern time, just past 8 o'clock in Eastern Iowa. We want to remind you that you're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Zone. ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Our in-studio engineer is Emily. I'm John Rogers. I want to give you the phone number to call again for Kernel All-Star Game tickets, 896-7560. 896-7560. I described Brummett as big. They list him at 6'4", 220. I'm telling you, he's at least 6'6". He went to Youngstown State. Youngstown State. That's the school that Ohio Buckeye coach Jim Tressel coached at before he took over the reins in Columbus, Ohio with the Buckeyes. Let's see if the runners go on this first pitch to Quan Cosby. No, a strike on the outside corner. Quan has one of the 2 Kernel hits against the departed starter, Elvis Quesada, a 1-out bunt single back in the 6th inning. Matt Brummett from Youngstown State, a 6'4", 220-pound right-hander, towering over the Kernel switch hitter, Quan Cosby. Brummett pitched in 43 games in relief for Battle Creek last year, 5 and 3 of 2.47 ERA. A curve, and it's looped into shallow left, and it'll be caught by the shortstop. Good running play by Kimpton. Nick gets back. Quan Cosby looped one over the head of the shortstop. Didn't get as much on it as I thought he did. And Hector Made had to retreat about 15 feet into shallow left to glove it. He threw into second, but good base running by Nick Kimpton as he got back. So Quan Cosby pops to short into shallow left for the second out of the Kernel 8th inning. The Kernels have a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight, trying to tie this game in the top of the 8th inning, down by a run, 1-0. Matt Pauley's the batter. Matt has walked, struck out, reached on a fielder's choice. Strike one called from Brummett. Big crowd here for a Monday night. C.O. Brown Stadium, Battle Creek, Michigan. Kimpton, the pinch runner at second. The go-ahead run at first, Sean Rodriguez. Pauley trying to tie the game. Takes a curve in the dirt for a ball. The catcher couldn't find it. It was laying right behind the feet of Omir Santos. Our Kernel of Wisdom here from Battle Creek concerning the longest 9-inning game in Major League history. It was recent, 2001. Near the end of the year, October 5th of 2001, a 9-inning game took 4 hours and 27 minutes as the Dodgers at the former Pac-Bell Park shaded San Francisco 11-10. It took 4 hours and 27 minutes. That's our Kernel of Wisdom. Time is called now as the crowd is hooping and hollering, hoping that Matt Brummett can retire Matt Pauley to keep the Yankees ahead 1-0. Now the right-hander steps off. The longest 9-inning game in Major League history, October 5th, 2001, 4 hours and 27 minutes. The Dodgers 11, the Giants 10 in San Francisco. Now Brummett whirls and looks Nick Kimpton back to the base at second. It's turning from twilight to dusk here at C.O. Brown Stadium with this big crowd being encouraged by the electronic scoreboard in left center to make all this noise. A slider in the dirt, ball 2 to Matt Pauley. The second longest game in big league history was in 1997 at Yankee Stadium. The Orioles 13, the Bombers 9, September 5th of 97. That took 4 hours and 22 minutes. How can any 9-inning game take more than 4 hours? There have been a handful that have been just that long. Paulie grounds one up the middle. It's backhanded by the second baseman. He boots it. Tipton will score to tie the game. The go-ahead run, Rodriguez, goes to third. We're tied at 1. It'll likely be a base hit for Matt Paulie. He grounded it up the middle. The second baseman, Enrique Cruz, backhanded it, then fumbled it. It went off the heel of his mitt into left center, and Nick Kimpton, the pinch runner, streaks home from second to tie the game at 1. Great base running by Sean Rodriguez. He went to third as the go-ahead run. Matt Paulie has delivered a clutch infield single up the middle to tie this game at 1 in the top of the 8th inning. And now Bobby Wilson could put the Kernels ahead. Bobby Wilson could give the Kernels the lead in this game. We're tied at 1. First pitch to Bobby. A drive into left center. Going back is Cartler. He is there, and it's the center fielder who makes the catch on the warning track. Wow, Harold Andrus went deep into left center, called off Bryce Cartler, and made a basket catch on the warning track in deep left center field. Wow, Bobby Wilson narrowly missed, giving the Kernels their first lead of this game. But the Kernels tie it. The Kernels tie it with 1 run on 1 hit, a walk, a hit batter. There were no Yankee errors. The Kernels leave a pair and have stranded 5. Brand new game as we go to the home half of the 8th inning. Kernels 1, Yankees 1. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
Most of us have been in a situation before in buying an automobile where what we owe is more than what our vehicle is worth. And sometimes it's thousands of dollars. There is a better way to put yourself in a better position when it comes to value, quality, and reliability. Put yourself into an industry-leading Honda automobile from Randy Kiel Honda. The Odyssey minivan boasts being #1 in safety and the #1 minivan on the market for the last 5 years. The Honda Accord leads the way in safety and has made the Car and Driver's Top 10 list more than any other car in history. The Pilot topped the SUV categories in its first year out and remains a class leader. And the CR-V continues leading in its class since its arrival in 1997. The subcompact Element is so functional and practical, they're selling as fast as they arrive. So doesn't it make sense to get the best value in the market at Randy Kiel Honda? Great folks to deal with, too, and #1 when it comes to getting you the best price. The home of confidence is Randy Kiel Honda, Centerpoint Road, or on the web at randykiel.com.
People say that I can't decide things. They are so wrong, but I could be wrong about that.
A U.S. Bank check card with checking that pays gives you a choice of rewards, like cash, points for merchandise and gift certificates, World Perks miles, or even sweepstakes entries.
Easy decision. I'll take the cash. No, it's a sweep.
Sign up at your local U.S. Bank or call 1-800-720-BANK.
I've made up my mind to put off my decision. That is final.
U.S. Bank.
No, wait.
See banker for complete details. Member FDIC.
David Austin brings in a strike call to Hector Made, the #2 hitter. 1 for 3 has scored the only Yankee run. A beautiful bender, a strike 2 call to Hector Made. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Kernels tied it with a run on a 2-out single by Matt Paulie in the top of this frame. Made bats from a deep crouch and takes low and away. Ball 1 from David Austin. The Kernels have a right-hander up in their bullpen. Alan Buckley in the Kernel bullpen. A curve and a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Tommy Duenas has to heave it down to Bobby Wilson to retire Hector Made. 1 out here in the 8th inning. David Austin came on with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 4th. Battle Creek had scored an unearned run off Jesse Smith, the starter, their only run in this game. And David Austin, with the bases loaded and 1 out, struck out S.T. Harris. Got Omir Santos to end the inning with a forced-out ground ball. Austin now working in his 4th full inning of relief and plugging one foul past first is left-handed hitting Eric Duncan. 1-1 the score. Matt Paulie driving in pinch runner Nick Kimpton. with the tying run in the 8th inning. Remember, it was Caleb Mayer who drew the one-out walk against the starter Elvis Quesada that got the Kernels going. Here's a line shot over David Austin's head into center. Quan Cosby gets it back in. Eric Duncan with his first hit. Only the third hit off David Austin. A single into center. It almost took the cap right off the brow of David Austin. Now Matt Carson, a red-hot hitter, but 0 for 3 tonight. Carson batting .377 in 18 games. 6 home runs, 24 driven in. Go ahead, run it first. Eric Duncan has good speed. He's 6 for 7 in stolen base attempts. David Austin's fastball is low for ball 1. 1-1 the score. A 2-out clutch single up the middle off the second baseman's mitt, Enrique Cruz, by Matt Pauley, that scored the pinch runner Nick Kimpton. Then Bobby Wilson narrowly missed, putting the Kernels ahead with a deep, deep drive into left center that was caught on the run on the warning track by center fielder Harold Andrus. Ball 2 is downstairs to Matt Carson. Carson, a Californian, put together a very good season here last year with Battle Creek. Open stance, right-handed batter. Pops one foul, straight back over the plate, strike 1. Carson hit .259 as a Yankee last year in 119 games, slugged 11 homers, drove in 52 runs. Bottom of the 8th, 1-1 in Battle Creek. Runner at first, Eric Duncan. He's not going, and a foul off to the right by the right-handed batter, Carson. The Kernels in their all-red caps, red knit tops with Kernels inscripted in cursive letters across the front in blue. It's outlined in white. A small white number underneath that Kernel piping, and then big white numbers on the back. The runner goes. A curve is lifted into deep left. Paulie may not get it. Way back. Matt looks up. Out of here. 2-run homer. Matt Carson continues his hot hitting. Blasts a 2-run homer here in the bottom of the 8th to lift Battle Creek ahead 3-1. Well, you bring a guy like that back in the league, and he should do big damage. He had a full year here last year, was struggling in the Florida State League, and he belts his 7th home run in 19 games. Battle Creek leads it 3-1. Matt Carson with a 2-run bomb, and David Austin sure deserved a better fate. We just had to go too long with him, and it caught up to it. David Austin is listed. He goes 1, 2, 3. He went 4 innings. Wow, David Austin in 4 innings, surrendering just 2 runs on only 4 hits in 4 innings. David Austin struck out 3, and David Austin walked only 1. Alan Buckley answers the U.S. Cellular call to the Kernel bullpen, and Alan will try to keep the Kernels down by only a pair here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Kernels tied at the top of the 8th, but a 1-out single lined over David Austin's head, and then a 2-run homer from a bit of a ringer, Matt Carson. The guy proved himself here last year, but struggled in Tampa, and the Yankees have every right to bring him back here for seasoning. He's destroyed Midwest League pitching, though, batting .377, now with 7 homers, 26 RBIs in 19 games. Matt Carson's 2-run homer sends David Austin off the hill and brings in Alan Buckley. Alan Buckley answering a U.S. Cellular call to the Kernel bullpen. Alan Buckley is 1-0 this year with a save, and he's appearing for the 21st time, a 5.52 ERA. In 31 innings, in 29 and a third innings, Alan has surrendered 31 hits, struck out 23 in 29 and a third, walked 16. Oh, the Kernels have played well here tonight. We really have gotten great pitching from Jesse Smith and David Austin, but the Battle Creek Yankee starter, Elvis Quesada, limiting the Kernels to just 1 run in his 7 1/3 innings on only 2 hits. Alan Buckley on for the 21st time this season. Alan Buckley last pitched Saturday at home in a Kernel victory against Beloit. Allen has not allowed a run in his last 6 outings. That's how dynamite Alan Buckley's been. Taking low and away ball 1 is Errol Andrus. He's driven in one of the 3 Battle Creek runs. A smash off starter Jesse Smith's shin back in the 4th inning. Put Battle Creek ahead 1-0. Andrus lines one foul into the third base seat, strike 1. Outfield straightaway for the Kernels, and Errol Andrus. Strike 2 at the knees. We may have an attendant. Oh, we have, well, we'll get an attendant shortly. Allen's ahead and misses low with a changeup. A big crowd on a gorgeous Monday evening. 1,491 here at C.O. Brown Stadium. 1,491. 2-2 to the switch hitter batting left, Errol Andrus. Ball 3 outside from Allen. We have another final on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. We'll give it to you after this next pitch. A full count delivery from 6'6" right-hander Alan Buckley to Errol Andrus. And he pounds it foul off his foot. Count remains full. State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Lanny Peterson, Al Shetler, and Dale Thompson bring us this look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. From this afternoon at Jacobs Field, the Indians clobbered Baltimore 14-0. At the Metrodome, a high-scoring affair between the Braves and Twins. Atlanta dumped the Twins 10-7. Rain delay in Philadelphia, Cincinnati leading a ground ball to the left side. Brandon Wood circles it and on to first for the second out of the inning. Terrific play by Brandon Wood. He did a semicircle to make sure he fielded that on his front side. In other words, he avoided having to backhand it. And Errol Andrus on a 3-2 pitch grounds to short. 2 gone in the Battle Creek 8th inning. A rain delay in Philadelphia. The Reds lead the Phils in the third 4-3. And the Cubs in the third inning in Houston lead the Astros 1-0. A ground ball to Bobby Wilson. He stabs it and underhands to Alan Buckley. Willie Vasquez grounds out to first to end the Battle Creek 8th inning. 2 runs for the Yankees on 2 hits, a 2-run homer by Matt Carson. There were no Kernel errors, and the Yankees leave the bases empty. We go to the top of the 9th. Kernels trail by a pair, 3-1. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Zone.
If you don't stop by one of Jungi's 4 great locations, how will you know you got the very best deal? Stop in today at Jungi Lincoln Mercury Isuzu in Cedar Rapids, Jungi Ford and Jungi Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Center Point, and the new Jungi Chevrolet Pontiac in Anamosa. Now, 4 great locations. Still one great name, Jungi.
Solo Mexico, her voice soars above the street, Spanish guitar, and like a bit like Dr. Pepper, originality made her a star. The taste of Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, the roots individuality, and gives life a personality. Be you, do what you do. Be you, nothing better, nothing better. And then you find a stage, a child came of age with a song of passion from the heart. And everyone could tell Anna Gabrielle was an original from the start. The taste of Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, the roots individuality, and gives life a personality. You do what you do. Be you, nothing better, nothing better.
A 23-year-old right-hander, Paul Thorpe, with 11 saves, will work the top of the ninth, trying to protect a Yankee 3-1 lead. Series opener in Battle Creek. The Kernels started play tonight. 14 games over 500, tied for first in the Western Division first half standings, and have played a very, very good game here tonight, only down by a pair. Paul Thorpe. Matt Brummett worked 2/3 of an inning. No runs, 1 hit. No strikeouts, no walks. Thorpe, Thorp, 31st round pick by the Yankees out of Baylor, and he'll face the cleanup batter Brandon Wood to start this top of the ninth inning. Paul's first pitch is whacked foul straight back. Brandon had a good cut. Paul Thorpe, 0-2, on for the 23rd time for the Battle Creek Ball Club, a right-hander with a 2.05 ERA and 11 saves. Into his windup, and a curve and a swing and a miss by Brandon, strike 2. 26 1/3 innings. Thorpe has given up 19 hits. He's fanned 26 batters in 26 1/3. Walked a grand total of 2 men. He's wearing a long-sleeve dark blue shirt underneath his white pinstriped home uniform, and a high fly ball poked into left. Bryce Cartler is there, and 1 out in the Colonel ninth inning. Brandon Wood stroked one in the air and hoisted it into left for the first out of the ninth inning. Thorpe is in his 3rd year of pro ball. Started 1 game 2 seasons ago for Staten Island, and then relieved in 20 ball games for the Staten Island Yankees in the New York Penn League last year. Posted a record of 1-2 with a 1.98 ERA, 6 saves. So the Yankees are definitely grooming him as a closer. Matt Brown will try to get it started here in the ninth. A curve, low and away, ball 1 to Brownie. 3-1 Battle Creek. Kernels fought to tie the game in the top of the 8th. A 1-out single by the number 3 hitter and a 2-run homer by the red-hot Matt Carson, his 7th home run in 19 games for the Yankees, has given the Battle Creek club an advantage. Ball 2 outside to Matt Brown. We have no indication how things are going. Peoria playing in Fort Wayne, King County playing in Lansing. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Matt Brown, a changeup. Thorpe isn't a big fella, 6 feet, 200 pounds. He's from Texas and went to Baylor. 23 years old, Paul Thorpe. Matt Brown, the number 5 hitter, still ahead, 2-1. Ball 3 is downstairs to Brownie. Ball 3 to Matt Brown. Thorpe's 3-1 is hammered into deep left, way back on the warning track, at the wall, and it's another home run for Matt Brown, his 15th of the year. And Matt Brown has made it a 1-run game here in the 9th inning. Matt Brown belting his 15th home run of the year, and it cuts the Battle Creek lead to 3-2. 3-2 Yankees. Matt Brown belting his 15th of the year. 15 home runs for Matt Brown, and it's now a 3-2 game with only 1 out. Brown belted it over the left center field wall, just to the right of the 372 mark. Now Blake Balcom rips one foul straight back. The Kernels trail by 1 run here in the top of the 9th inning, thanks to Matt Brown's 15th of the year. A solo blast, his 48th RBI. Blake hits one in the air to left center. It'll be caught by Errol Andrus. 2 away in the 9th inning. Blake Balcom skies to center. Tommy Duenas with the time at bat now. 3-2 in favor of Battle Creek. Tommy Duenas at the plate. Doesn't have to try to hit one out of the park. If he reaches, he'll be the tying run. The Yankees have out-hit the Kernels 6-4, lead the game 3-2 here in the ninth inning. Breaking pitch upstairs, ball 1 to Tommy. The Yankee record in one-run games is 6-5. The Kernel record in one-run games, 11-6. Tommy Duenas, nothing for 3 tonight, ahead 1-0. Fouls one straight back on a curveball. Boy, did Tommy have a good cut at that one. Count even 1-1. The difference in this game, an unearned run scored by the Yankees, their first of the night, back in the fourth inning. Matt Carson, a 2-run homer in the bottom of the eighth to break a 1-all tie. Matt Brown slugging his 15th of the year moments ago. Ball 2 down and in to Tommy Duenas. Ball 2 to Tommy. Duenas hit one into deep center his last time up, leading off the eighth inning. Ball 3 outside from the right-hander, Paul Thorpe. 3-2 Yankees, top of the ninth. Base is empty. 2 gone. Tommy Duenas is ahead, 3-1. A smash into left center for a base hit, maybe extra bases, into the left center field alley. Tommy will try for 2, and the play, not in time. Tommy Duenas has doubled into left center. Tommy Duenas will be the tying run at second. Tommy Duenas has doubled into left center, beating the throw from center fielder Harold Andrus. And now the Kernels will send up Nick Kimpton for the first time tonight. Wow, this Kernel ball club has a chance to tie it or take the lead with Kimpton at the plate here in the top of the ninth inning. Tommy Duenas on a 3-1 pitch. Laced one into left center. 5 hits for the Kernels now. Nick Kimpton, left-handed batter, threw 3 walks yesterday. Ball 1 inside, a fastball. Kimpton was 4 for 9 in the series this weekend at home against Beloit. Ball 1 to the left-handed batter. He's batting for the first time since pinch running and tying the game on a base hit by Pauly in the 8th inning. Nick Kimpton was pinch running for Caleb Mayer. He hits one sharply foul past first, strike 1. Tommy Duenas with a 2-out double into left center is the tying run at second here in the top of the ninth inning. It's 3-2 Battle Creek. Tommy Duenas at second. Nick Kimpton stands straight away from the left side, facing closer Paul Thorpe, who's given up a home run and a double here in the ninth inning. Swing and a miss on a changeup as Thorpe pulled the string on the left-handed batter, 20-year-old Nick Kimpton. Remember, he's batting for the first time. Crowd is cheering on the Battle Creek Yankees. Ball 2 outside to Kimpton, a changeup from Paul Thorpe. 23-year-old right-hander. Baylor University, 11 saves. Nick is trying to tie this game in the ninth inning. Ball 3 downstairs, a curveball. On deck, Sean Rodriguez. Top of the ninth inning. Kernels down 3-2 with 2 out. Tommy Duenas at second. Nick Kimpton at the plate. The right-hander with the ball behind his back now comes set below the belt and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The Kernels battle hard but fall in game 1 by the final of 3-2. Wow. Even though we lost, you almost feel good about how well we played here tonight. Kimpton down on strikes in the ninth inning for the Kernels. 1 run, 2 hits. There were no Battle Creek errors. The Kernels strand a runner and left 6. The difference in the game, An error back in the fourth inning. Battle Creek wins it 3-2. Totals, highlights, and more coming next on the Colonel Curtain Call. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
It's one of those rituals of summer, mowing the yard. And when you're done, what do you do with the clippings? Well, your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling encourage you to leave those clippings on your lawn. This practice is called grass cycling, and it reduces your lawn's fertilizer needs because those clippings contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Grass cycling also helps crowd out weeds and build a healthier lawn. When you leave those clippings on your lawn, you reduce waste and save landfill space. June is Perennial Gardening Month, and Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center, your perennial plant experts, have the best selection in the area. Peck's plants are tenderly cared for and await your selection for your very own perennial garden. Choose from daisies, daylilies, ornamental grasses, and many more, all potted, growing, and ready to plant for lasting beauty. Peck's reminds you that summer is a great time to plant, and Peck's experts will help you choose the right plants for your landscape areas. Stop in today and enjoy the beauty of plants all summer long. Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center, growing with the Cedar Rapids area since 1956, at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads, Northeast.
It's time for the Colonel's Curtain Call, right here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Colonel's game, let's rejoin the voice of the Colonel, the one, the only John Rogers, here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
Colonels fight valiantly, but drop the series opener here to the Battle Creek Yankees 3-2. Jesse Smith, David Austin, Alan Buckley, a trio teaming up to pitch brilliantly instead of the scheduled starter Kevin Jepson. Kevin, a one-hit shutout win Tuesday night in South Bend, developed blisters on two of his fingers on his pitching hand. So, boy, did Jesse Smith, David Austin, and Alan Buckley come up big in this first game, substituting for Jepson. Wasn't quite enough, though, as starter Elvis Quesada pitched magnificently himself in a 3-2 Yankee win. Jesse Smith struck out the side in the second inning. He retired the first 7 batters he faced, and the Yankees scored a run in the fourth inning. Hector Made looped a single in front of, apparently, Quan Cosby. I'll have to ask Quan on the Tri-State Travel Motor Coach whether he caught that leadoff single in the fourth inning. He claimed he did, but the plate umpire Nick Monaco signaled safe. So a leadoff single for Hector Made. Then the key play in the entire game, a call that has me a little bit mystified, a ground ball to Sean Rodriguez. He threw to second baseman Brandon Wood for an apparent force out of Hector Made, but Jesse Redwine, the base umpire, claimed that Woods was off the base, so they charged an error to Sean Rodriguez. So there should have been a force out at second. Instead, Eric Duncan reached first, and Hector Made made it to second. Matt Carson flew to deep right, allowing Hector Made to go to third, and then he scored as Errol Andrus bashed an infield single off the right leg of Jesse Smith to score Hector Made. The Willie Vasquez was then hit on a pitch by right-hander Jesse Smith to load the bases. Then David Austin took over, and with the bases loaded and one out, he got the next two Battle Creek hitters to keep it a 1-0 game. Meanwhile, Elvis Quesada, the starter for the Battle Creek Yankees, who had a no-hitter back on May 24th in South Bend, was completely overpowering the Kernels. After a one-out double by Blake Balcom back in the second inning, the right-hander from Seton Hall proceeded to retire 12 in a row before Quan Cosby reached on a one-out bunt single in the sixth inning. Quesada fanned the side in the seventh. Things looked bleak for the Kernels in the eighth inning. Tommy Duenas flew out to deep center, but then Caleb Mayer walked. Sean Rodriguez was hit by a pitch, and after Quan Cosby looped to short for the second out of the inning, that was against reliever Matt Brummett. Matt Pauley came through and grounded one up the middle a backhanded try by Enrique Cruz. He fumbled it, and as a result, the pinch runner for Mayor, Nick Kimpton, glided home from second to tie the game at 1. Bobby Wilson almost gave the Kernels the lead. The next batter, he drilled one into deep left center. It was caught on the warning track by Harold Andrus. In the 8th inning, David Austin struck out the leadoff man. Eric Duncan then lined a single over his head, and Matt Carson won the game for Battle Creek as he belted his 7th home run in 19 games to add to his .377 average, a 2-run blast to put Battle Creek ahead 3-1. The Yankees brought in their closer, Paul Thorpe. He got Brandon Wood for the first out in the 9th. Matt Brown then belted his 15th home run of the year to make it 3-2. After Blake Balcom skied to center, Tommy Duenas wrapped a double into left center. Duenas, the tying run at second with 2 out in the 9th, was left as the right-hander Thorpe struck out Nick Kimpton swinging on a 3-2 pitch to end the game. For Battle Creek, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They stranded 6. The Kernels, 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. We left 6. The winning pitcher out of the bullpen was Matt Brummett. He's 1-0. The Colonel Tough Luck loser was David Austin. He's 1-1, a save to Paul Thorpe, his 12th. The game only took 2 hours and 27 minutes before a C.O. Brown Stadium crowd of 1,491. 3-2 Yankees. We'll be back with our Liberty Bank star plays of the game in a minute. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
The Zone salutes the women of Cedar Rapids with the Zone Babes. They're babelicious, baby. And you know, sports isn't all there is to life. The Zone Babes. This parade of pulchritude is as close as your computer. Check out this week's Zone Babe at thezone1600.com, your online home of local sports and other stuff. This stunning photo gallery of local lovelies is beautifully photographed by Clicks Photography Company. The Zone Babes, only at thezone1600.com. The Zone.
Where can you golf, bowl, and throw darts under the same roof?
Must be a big place.
Not really.
Must be cool.
It is.
Must be time you told me more.
The Double Inn at the corner of Ellis Boulevard and F Avenue Northwest is the place to find all this fun. We have golden tee, darts, a bunch of TVs, and we've got the new Silver Strike bowling game.
You really can golf, bowl, and play darts under the same roof.
Dart leagues every night of the week, and don't miss the tournament every Friday night. Find it all at the Double Inn.
From C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek, Michigan, where the Yankees edged the Kernels 3-2 here tonight, it's time to enjoy our Liberty Bank star plays of the game. They're brought to us by Iowa's fastest-growing community bank, Liberty Bank. Jesse Smith had retired the first five Yankees he faced, starting in place of Kevin Jebsen. Willie Vasquez was at the plate, no score, bottom of the 2nd inning. Here's our first Liberty Bank star play of the game. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jesse Smith in 2 innings has set down 6 straight, and he's fanned 5 of the 6 Yankee hitters he has taken on in this game. Jesse Smith was magnificent starting in place of Kevin Jebsen. So was David Austin. Jesse Smith allowed 1 unearned run as a starter, his first start of the year in 3 1/3 innings. Our second and final Liberty Bank star play of the game, the Kernels had runners at first and second, 2 away. Top of the 8th inning, Matt Pauley facing reliever Matt Brummett. Pauley grounds one up the middle. It's backhanded by the second baseman. He boots it. Kimpton will score to tie the game. The go-ahead run, Rodriguez, goes to third. We're tied at 1. It'll likely be a base hit for Matt Pauley. He grounded it up the middle. The second baseman, Enrique Cruz, backhanded it, then fumbled it. It went off the heel of his mitt into left center, and Nick Kimpton, the pinch runner, streaked home from second to tie the game at 1. Yes, he did. Matt Pauley's 2-out infield single tied it at 1. A 2-run homer by Matt Carson in the top of the 9th off David Austin spoiled the Colonel bid to win the opener of this 7-game road trip to conclude the first half of the season. Matt Brown belted his 15th of the year in the top of the 9th inning. It was the bottom of the 8th when Carson hit the 2-run homer. And then Tommy Duenas, a 2-out double. The Kernels had the tying run at second with 2 out, but came up just short to tie the game in the top of the 9th inning, falling to Battle Creek 3-2. Those are our Liberty Bank star plays of the game. Up next, we'll have a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. You're tuned to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Hey, man, what's up? Just get ready to kick your butt. Right. And mess up your hair? You just wish you could look this good. Oh, nothing but net. Hey, I'm a busy guy. I don't have time to make my hair look as good as yours. I mean, who has time to schedule an appointment, let alone show up for it? Not me. I just go to Cost Cutters. I can get in whenever it's convenient for me. Nice shot. Yeah. So you're telling me you just walk into Cost Cutters and come out looking good? Well, for some of us, that comes naturally. But Cost Cutters makes it easier. They can do anything you want. A cool cut, even some color, and get some of that styling gel stuff to keep you looking good. Like me. Oh, so that's why your hair never moves. Oh, you're funny. Cost Cutters. Thanks, man. This will save me some time. Great. Then you'll have time to work on your game. Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Are you a busy guy? Save yourself time and walk into one of our area's 12 Cost Cutters whenever it's convenient for you. Then relax, because Cost Cutters will make things easy and affordable for you.
Cost Cutters. Live your life. We always have time for your hair.
Welcome back to the Colonel Curtain Call, C.O. Brown Stadium, Battle Creek, Michigan. John Rogers with you. Glad you were with us. It was a great night for baseball. The Colonels played a very good game, but dropped it by 1 run, 3-2. We've had our game wrap up, listened to the Liberty Bank star plays of the game. Now, thanks to State Farm Insurance agents Lanny Peterson, Al Shetler, Gary Schubat, and Dale Thompson to look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Only 4 games in the American League this afternoon. There was the Indians shellacking Baltimore 14-0 at Jacobs Field. A final from the Metrodome, a rematch of the 91 World Series between the Braves and Twins. And it was Atlanta 10, the Twins 7 tonight in Minneapolis. They're still delayed by rain in Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Park with the Reds on top of the Phils 4-3 in the 3rd inning. Top of the 5th, down in Houston, Cubs 2, Astros nothing. That's our look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. We invite you to join us again tomorrow evening as the Kernels will be out to even this series with the Yankees at a game apiece. Dugout interview time 5:40 dugout interview time tomorrow from C.O. Brown Stadium. Tonight, the Kernels fight valiantly but bow to Battle Creek 3-2. Emily was our in-studio engineer. I'm John Rogers, wishing you a great start to your week from Cereal City, USA. Battle Creek 3, the Kernels 2. You've been listening to Colonel Baseball on the Zone.
Toyota Financial Services of Cedar Rapids understands the importance of reading in the lives of our community's children. That's why they're proud to fund the 6th annual Toyota Financial Services Kernel Summer Reading Program. The generous support of Toyota Financial Services will result in Kernel players conducting a record 32 elementary school assemblies this spring to encourage girls and boys to read throughout the summer. Their reading accomplishments will be recognized by Toyota Financial Services with fabulous rewards. Toyota Financial Services, a true hero to the Kernels and the youth of our community. Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. Smart athletes know that Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today. This has been a special sports presentation from The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids.
Now back to our regularly scheduled ESPN programming already in progress.